that, if you want to double check, you can hit the play button here.
Okay, Jim, stand by for the 90 coming shortly in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 90 seconds. Good evening and welcome to Week 6 of the 2014 York Adams League High School football season here on Sports Radio 1350 WYAIAA and GameTimePA.com. Tonight we are at York Catholic for a Division III battle as the Irish, coming in at 3-2 overall and 2-0 in the league, take on the Bolts of Littlestown in the unfamiliar position of being 1-4 overall and just 0-2 in the league. This is Ron Ruman along with Gareth Hissong. Glad you're with us for our high school football game of the week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. And Gareth, again, a team with Littlestown not accustomed to being in this position. The York Catholic team we saw in the opener losing a close one to Northeastern, but a team that right now is ranked second in District 3 Single A, and they're undefeated in the league, so they got a lot riding on this one because they have 3 tough ones coming up afterwards.
Yeah, you really can't overlook this team. One, it's Littlestown, who has a very strong program, strong tradition, strong history, and we looked at the teams they played this year, losing to Greencastle Antrim, tough team, Lancaster Catholic, tough team. So you can't look at a 1-4 Littlestown team and say we're playing a 1-4 team.
Right.
But like York Catholic at home, you got a dual threat quarterback like Akeem Kennard. In open space, he can make any defender look like a lummox. So you're right, they can't overlook Littlestown, but they got a very talented group here at York Catholic.
They do indeed, and I might mention that Littlestown remembers you very well from returning a fumble for almost a touchdown from your days at DeLone. So you live on in
I remember that more. We didn't win the ball game.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I think this could be a good one tonight. I think Littlestown is going to show up to play. They know their season's probably on the line tonight. They probably can't afford more than at most one more loss to have any shot at the districts, and this might be one they need to get. And the Irish, on the other hand, you know, as you mentioned, Akeem Kennard is a great dual threat quarterback, can make you miss. And they have a lot of guys back from that team last year that went to the District 3 championship game, and I think a lot of those guys want to get back there. Steel High is 1-4, so they may not be in the way this year, and this team that probably can have some success in the district level.
Right, and back to the fact that they can't overlook Littlestown, and it's dangerous when you're playing against, or you're fighting against a guy with a back against the wall and nothing to lose. They're at a turning point in the season.
Yep.
They've come to a path in the road, and they got to fight their way back with their backs against the wall. So look for them to be taking swings tonight. And York Catholic is going to have to be on top of their game to put Littlestown away.
All right, this is the Flying Feet pregame show here on the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, Littlestown at York Catholic. And we are going to take a break. We're also hoping and praying that the rain holds off for about another 2.5 hours here, and we'll be in good shape. We're going to take a break, come back. Gareth talks with the head coaches after this. As we mentioned, you are listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on WOYK 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
Which is better? Getting the perfect set, the perfect approach, and powering through the ball with the perfect hit? Or reading the hitter, moving to the ball, and making the perfect dig? Flying Feet knows the answer. It all depends on which side of the net you're on. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes is Central PA's home court for volleyball, featuring the names that know the game: Mizuno, Asics, and Adidas. Flying Feet offers volleyball spandex and shorts and the best selection of knee pads around. Flying Feet is also your active ankle connection, the same active ankle braces chosen by coaches and players at the college level. And because volleyball isn't just for the gym, Flying Feet carries a great selection of indoor and outdoor balls for working it out on the beach or in the backyard. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Round Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game no matter where you are with the free GameTime PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and, of course, GameTimePA.com.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to our Flying Feet pregame show. Our coach interviews are brought to you by Media One. I'm Gareth Hissong, and joining me now is head coach of York Catholic, Coach Eric Depew. Coach, how you feeling tonight?
Real good, real good. A beautiful night, big night football.
Yeah, finally starting to feel like fall again.
Yeah.
Hey, Akeem Kiner is having another good year running and passing, and you have multiple threats, both running and catching the ball. You have 4 new starters on the offensive line coming into this year. What's your assessment of the line and your offense overall?
I mean, halfway through the season, I think our offense is kind of continue where it was last year. I mean, of course, we replaced some guys up front, but I think they're getting better each week and get some confidence. So we just got to keep building on that.
And defensively, Littlestown is well balanced between running and passing total yards. Has a pair of 270-pound tackles, a 255-pound tight end. What is your plan on defense tonight?
We got to be more physical than them. We just got to get 11 guys to the ball, good tackle, stuff that we kind of been lacking on. But again, when the kids need to make the plays, they've been stepping up defensively. But we just got to improve our tackling, be more physical than them, and just get guys flying to the ball.
Now you talk about some of those fundamentals you've been lacking. You guys are playing a lot of juniors and sophomores this year, but there's a good core of seniors as well on this team. Are you satisfied with the senior leadership?
Oh, definitely. I think Krishan and Akeem and Jack and Michael, Stevie, all them guys, Scott, doing a good job. Good job with the guys left off. I think they learned from them a little bit, how to do some things, and they got their own little ways of doing things. But definitely, they're stepping up in the games for us and making the plays.
Now, as all coaches do, you take them one game at a time. But after tonight, you have a 3-game gauntlet against Biglerville, Bermudian, and Fairfield. Does that make a win tonight important to keep the momentum into the stretch of the rest of the season?
Oh, definitely. We need to win every week. Definitely, it's a big game for us. I know Littlestown's going to be tough. They're going to be physical. It's not going to be an easy game. So definitely, we're focused on this one and get this win, hopefully, and we'll see where it goes.
Coach, always a joy to visit you here at York Catholic. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Coach's interviews are brought to you by Media One. We'll be back for pregame coverage after this.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game no matter where you are with the free GameTime PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and, of course, GameTimePA.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Welcome back to our pregame coverage tonight. Littlestown at York Catholic. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Media One, and joining me now is head coach of Littlestown Thunderbolts, Coach Mike Lippy. Coach, how you feeling tonight?
We're ready to get this on a roll, man. Ready to get started.
Now, Irish quarterback Hakeem Kinnard is a dual threat runner and passer at quarterback. What is your strategy on defense tonight to stop his dynamic ability?
We got to keep him in the pocket, and we got to tackle. I mean, it's obvious once he gets out of the pocket, he's a threat like no other in our division, and he's very athletic. He makes all the right reads. He throws the ball well on a run, and we got to be able to keep him in the pocket, and if he gets out, we got to tackle well. Better than we have.
On offense, you have pretty good balance in total yards, but your team hasn't put up a lot of points so far this season. What do you need to do to finish drives better?
Yeah, we're struggling to put some points on the board, and honestly, in tonight's game, it's a matter of staying in striking distance. You know, we want to be able to hopefully be within a touchdown going into the fourth quarter and, you know, run the ball tonight and see if we can take some time off the clock and keep him off the field, actually. So even though we'd like to score 28, 35 points, it's a matter of, you know, when you need the points and how effective you need to be with those points. And we just got to, like I said, we want to stay in striking distance if we can. It'd be nice if we could get in the lead and nurse that a little bit.
Your program is usually fighting for division titles and playoff seeding. With your record at 1-4, how are you motivating your players?
Well, we just got to realize that, you know, every once in a while this type of thing happens. We haven't played well. I know we lead the league in turnovers, and you just can't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times a game and expect to beat anybody, whether you're playing a good team or a bad team. Obviously, we can't do that tonight, and I think that's what separates our team from previous years. Is, you know, we haven't had teams that have made so many mistakes week in and week out, and we continue to do that, and that's the one thing we have to improve upon here in these last 5 games of the season.
Head coach Mike Lippy, head coach of Littlestown Thunderbolts. Coach, York Catholic is a good team. They're at home tonight. Could a win tonight set the tone for the rest of the second half of the season for you and your team?
I sure hope so. You know, it's been a month, and I can't remember as long as I've been coaching, you know, going 4 weeks without a win at Littlestown. So it's a big game for us tonight. You know, I told the kids, honestly, in the 12 years I've been coaching and we've gone to some big games, this may be the biggest game we've been in. So yeah, it's very, very important tonight.
Coach, appreciate it. Good to see you again. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
That wraps it up for our coaches' interviews. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Media One. We'll be back for more pregame coverage after this.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. They have offices in York and Dillsburg, and their practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York office at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics. Visit our new location at 1399 South Queen Street, opening in mid-August.
If you are one of the many people who have a 401k or IRA or other form of retirement savings, this info could be very valuable. The number one fear of most retired people is running out of money. Hi, my name is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. Most of you have accumulated a pretty handsome lump sum of money by retirement, but now what? How much can I take each month or year, and how long will it last? With historic low yields and high volatility in the stock market, where should I put my money? Well, there are ways to keep control of your lump sum and have a guaranteed income stream for life. So if you're uncertain or uncomfortable about your current retirement vehicle and what it will do for you, call me and I will show you how to have your own self-directed pension plan with a guaranteed income for life. Call me at 717-246-3879 or 487-2096. My website is tomdasherinvestmentservices.com.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY to schedule your next heating oil or propane delivery. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
And we're back here at York Catholic. Ron Ruben, Garrett Thissong with you on the Flying Feet pregame show. Our York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Littlestown at York Catholic, the Irish Band performing for the fans here. We'll have them in the background as we get our Hunters Hill Ortho look around the league. A lot of big games tonight, and staying in D3, Biglerville 3-2 and 1-1 at Delone 2-3, also 1-1.
The Canners, 2 weeks in a row, ran for over 200 yards, but key for them tonight is going to be defense. They're facing a Squires offense that is third best in the YAIAA, and they have 1,823 total yards this year, so they're going to beat the Squires. They're going to have to play big on defense tonight.
Moving to Division I, we've got Central 2-3, 2-0 in the division, though, on a two-game winning streak at New Oxford. The Colonials still with a 0 in the win column.
Central, they're starting to get on their roll a little bit. They got their starting quarterback back 2 weeks ago, and Terrence Carter is a force at running back. He's a senior. He leads Central in rushing yards, 518 yards and 233 receiving. I don't see New Oxford stopping him tonight.
We'll see Central at Spring Grove next week, and we may have a 500 Panther team and a hungry one too. Staying up with the big schools, Dallastown at Northeastern. The Wildcats 4-1, 2-0 in the division. Northeastern 3-2, but they've lost their 2 division games so far.
Northeastern's had a tough time so far getting adjusted to Division I play, and I think they're going to have a tough time tonight playing Dallastown. Dallastown is a tough, disciplined team, so look for them to get the win against Eastern.
Big Division II game, Eastern 3-2, 0-2 in the division, though. They are at Gettysburg, and the Warriors are 4-1, 1-1 in the division with that loss a couple weeks ago to Dover.
And Kobe Wanzel, track star, wide receiver, only has 5 catches this year. Out of those 5 catches, 234 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's making the most of your opportunities.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So if he touches the ball, watch out, Eastern. I don't know if they'll be able to stop him.
Hanover in Division III, 1-4, 0-2 in the division at Fairfield. The Green Knights are 3-2 overall, 1-1 in the division. Made the playoffs last year. Preseason they talked about how big that was for the school. The Green Knights are looking to get back right now. They're the 3 seed in District 3 Single A.
Yeah, Fairfield's program has really surprised people the last couple years. It's good to see them coming from the bottom of the barrel and making a lot of noises and start to play contention for league titles and things. And Nighthawks, we've seen some splashes from them. Quarterback Kyle Kraut throwing for 800 yards. Wide receiver Dylan Krager, his favorite receiver, 25 catches, 496 yards, but I think this Fairfield team is a little bit too tough for Hanover.
Yeah, I'm with you there. In Division II, Kennerdale, the Rams 1-4, 0-2 at Dover. The Eagles 3-2, 2-0 in the division, though. And Dover, I think, getting some guys back from injury, and they're looking to make a run.
Kennerdale comes into Dover. It's Dover's homecoming. They're going to try to spoil those plans, spoil the dance plans, and takes the attitude out of that homecoming parade. I don't see it happening. That running game from Dover is prolific. I think they're going to run their way to a victory tonight, and they'll be homecoming kings.
Yeah, Sean Orchard and Malik Allen, 2 tough defensive ends, too. Saw that a few weeks ago with Gettysburg. Pius the 10th at West York. There, Pius the 10th, a single A school from Allentown. That's the non-league game. The Bulldogs are at home 4-1, 2-0 in the division. Ron Miller missed the playoffs last year. He does not want that to happen again.
It looks like Pius is a tough team. The Royals lost to a talented Wyomissing team last week. So far this year, or in their first 4 wins, before that loss, they had 214 points on offense and 62 points in their first 2 games. So it looks like they're a tough team, and Bulldogs are going to need a big performance from Ross Campbell, see if he can make some plays on the perimeter, make some good throws to his talented wide receivers if they can get a win over the Royals tonight.
Division I, Spring Grove 3-2, 1-1 at York High. 0-5 are the Bearcats and 0-2 in the division, but most of their games have been close.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the game we're seeing tonight, Littlestown 1-4, but you can't look at them as a 1-4 team.
Mm-hmm.
William Penn 0-5. Can't look at them as an 0-5 team with Bryceon Sweeney in the backfield and James Way at the helm at quarterback. Big time playmakers, can make some splash plays, and Spring Grove, if they can stop those splash plays from those playmakers and limit their penalties, they'll be able to win.
Also in In Division 2, York Suburban 2-3, 1-0 in the division, though. At Susquehannock, the Warriors still 0 for 5, 0 for 2. Suburban wins tonight. They're at 500.
Yeah, interesting to see that they might be at a 500 mark. You know, we saw them struggle earlier this season. Haven't seen Susquehannock yet, but if York Suburban can fix some of those little mistakes, get lined up in time, and show a little bit more discipline, I think they can beat Susquehannock.
In D3, York Tech 1-4, 1-1 at Bermudian. The Eagles 5-0, looking to roll on.
Yeah, another game where it's just going to be all about Bermudian in that run game. I think they're going to get started early and often. And York County Tech, big win over Littlestown a couple weeks ago, but I don't think they'll be able to overcome the talent of Bermudian.
And finally, in Division 1, Red Line 3-2, 2-0 in the division, though. On the road, the Mustang Corral. The Mustangs just 1-4, 1-1 in the division.
We were at Hornfield last week, and we saw Red Line win an ugly game. If they're going to win this game against Southwest, they're going to have to play a lot better than they did last week and a lot more consistency on offense.
All right, that's our look around the league brought to you by Hunter's Hill Ortho. Take a break, come back with our starting lineups tonight brought to you by Trish Hauser, your local State Farm agent. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on WOYK 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
If you've ever been charged with a crime, you know it can be a frightening and stressful time. You have a right to legal representation, which is crucial to assisting you through this difficult time. Criminal charges often carry consequences beyond fines, and often charges such as a DUI can have an impact on your driver's license, employment, and automobile insurance. The law offices at Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins can help you in these matters. We have experienced attorneys who primarily focus on these areas and are prepared to represent your interests in a diligent and vigorous manner to achieve the best possible result for you and protect your rights under the U.S. Constitution. Our experience, skills, and candid advice will guide you through this process and help you obtain the best result under the particular circumstances of a case. Call us today at 757-7602 for a free consultation, or visit us at our website at gslsc.com. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins, 110 South Northern Way, York, Pennsylvania. Attorneys licensed in Pennsylvania and Maryland.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Today it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection, impersonal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection from the world's largest car insurer. See me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back at York Catholic, Ron Ruben, Gareth Hissong here for York Catholic hosting Littlestown. Our starting lineups now courtesy of Trish Hauser, your local State Farm agent, and the Irish.
At quarterback, number 3, Hakeem Kinnard. Running back, number 9, Greg Bennett. Fullback, number 32, Sean Lamont. Wide receivers, 31, Scott Barkowiak. Wide receiver, number 2, Kashawn Grooms. At tight end, number 5, Luke Brennan. Your tackles, number 50, Steve Brenneman. At the other tackle, number 61, Joe Heldrick. Your guards, number 52, Michael Sterling. Number 58, Ryan Ratchford. At center, number 53, Adam Bittner.
And for the Bolts of Littlestown.
At quarterback, number 1, Cody Boyd. At running back, Zach Brown. At fullback, Wes Story. At wide receiver, Number 7, Lucas Reynolds, wide receiver. Number 19, Dalton Britton, tight end. Number 86, Brandon Pittinger. Your tackles, number 78, Zach McLeod. Number 62, Jeff Reed at guard. Number 59, Dustin Duvall. The other guard, number 54, Dan Arvett. At center, number 53, Dan Dudenhofer.
All right, those starting lineups courtesy of Trish Hauser, your local State Farm agent. Take a break, come back with the Iacono Hair Design weather and field conditions, Leader Heights self-care injury report, and our unique physique keys to the game. This is the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, and GameTimePA.com.
If you're looking for experienced barbers and a relaxing atmosphere, come to Iacono's Hair Studio. 2030 South Queen Street in York. Iacono's is a family-owned business serving the York area since 1972. For high-quality grooming enjoyment and the professionalism of over 75 years combined expert experience, Iacono's is the place for you. For haircuts, for a straight razor shave, for a relaxing grooming experience, for the best of the best in the business, visit or call Iacono's at 854-8258.
You've been told that you'll just have to learn to live with it. It often begins with a slight tingling in your feet, but over time the tingling turns to numbness, burning, and pain. It's called peripheral neuropathy, and we know what you're going through. At Leader Heights Healthcare, a DTS pain center, we've developed a proven and highly successful treatment program that's not only safe and effective, it's covered by Medicare in most insurance plans. There is hope. Call Leader Heights Healthcare, 741-4848. Online, leaderheightshealthcare.com.
For over 30 years, Quality has lived up to its name by providing the best solutions, service, and support for all of your office technology and furnishing needs in South Central Pennsylvania. From copy systems to network sales and custom programming or web design, let Quality help improve your workflow. Moving or looking to upgrade your work environment? Contact Quality to speak to our interior design specialist. When you're in the market for digital office technology, think of the knowledge, experience, and passion for excellence that defines Quality. And as always, have a quality day.
Stony Brook Family Restaurant, located at 3560 East Market Street in York, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Completely remodeled, Stony Brook is the home of good food and hospitality at reasonable prices. Proudly serving the York area for over 30 years, Stony Brook is family-owned and now also serves beer and wine. For home cooking, homemade soup, steaks, seafood, our famous roasted chicken, or just about anything, visit Stony Brook Family Restaurant, 3560 East Market Street in York.
Live local sports is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back at York Catholic, it's the Irish take the field. Real quick, our field conditions and weather brought to you by Iacono. So far, the rain is holding off. The field is in great shape. Natural grass field, 66 degrees. A bit of a breeze, though, which could affect the passing. Pretty stiff down there. And our injury report, we know that Jakar Kennard is out with a foot injury this week for York Catholic. And for Littlestown, Cole Warner is not dressed tonight. And real quick, before the anthem here, keys to the game brought to you by Unique Physique.
We're going to find out how desperate this Littlestown team is coming in here at 1-4. If we see some big trick plays, trying to make those big splashes, and on defense, the key to their game is going to be stopping Akeem Kennard, who's a dynamic player at quarterback for York Catholic.
Fast Lines Kickoff comes your way next on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit our store next to Sam's Club in East York or visit us online at fastsigns.com.
We are Penn State. Are you?
Attention high school juniors and seniors.
Adult learners and veterans.
Do you want to become a Penn State student?
Don't miss the Penn State York event Saturday, October 18th from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Learn about the admission process.
Meet faculty and students.
Investigate financial aid options.
And tour the York campus.
Explore the major programs offered at Penn State York and our university-wide 2+2 program.
Lunch will be provided Saturday, October 18th.
Call Shelley at 717-771-4040 or email mdrada@admissions.psu.edu.
True Value Plus has a rather colorful question for you. Do you want the wall color you love to stay richer and truer longer? Yeah, we thought so. And if that's the case, True Value suggests insisting on super premium Aura interior paint by Benjamin Moore. Stop by True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and see for yourself why Aura sets the standard in excellence. Formulated with Benjamin Moore's proprietary color lock technology, Aura ensures that the color you love will stay as beautiful and vibrant as the day it was painted. And that matters, so you'll only change the color when you want to. Plus, Aura is scrub and fade resistant, provides superior surface protection, and comes in every color you can imagine. Aura by Benjamin Moore. No paint is more enduring. Benjamin Moore, for everything that matters. Behind every project is a True Value Plus in Shrewsbury.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And back at York Catholic as we were getting ready for the Fast Signs opening kickoff, we had to kind of rush through those keys to the game a little bit, but certainly Hakeem Kennard is the guy you've got to lock onto, and as Mike Lippy told you in the pregame, they've got to keep him contained, and when they get to him, they got to tackle him.
Absolutely, and you know the fundamentals, tackling in space against this York Catholic team. There's a lot of talented guys on the perimeter, but another big thing with the Bolts coming into this game, -9 in the turnovers.
Yeah,
they've given up 17, they've got 8. So you've got to limit those kind of mistakes because you can't win when you're -9 in the turnover.
That's right, and that's something else he mentioned. You know, and it's been huge. A lot of the games we've seen this year, I think, you know, Dover may have beaten Gettysburg by more if they hadn't had some turnovers. Northeastern may have won that game last week if they didn't, against Redline, if they didn't have some turnovers. So that's key at every level of football. So we are just about ready to roll, and I'll tell you, we are in good company tonight. We got Ryan Luckman in the booth, Bob Holman, Jim Sipe is here from the Daily Record and Game Time. So we are set.
Luckman, hey. Coach here at York Catholic. I told him I'm going to come into some open gyms and test out his high school players.
Okay. Well, he's ready. And first year at the helm, and he's very excited, and I think fine young man will do a good job for the Irish here. Well, our key job tonight, Mr. His song, is to hold this rain off for another 2 hours, and when we do that, we'll be in good shape. We have a natural turf field here, so could get a little soggy, but
we've got some plastic windows back here for emergency preparedness plans.
I think good thoughts here. Our Fast Signs kickoff, our first quarter, brought to you by our friends at Dasher Financial here on the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and Game Time PA. And the Irish are going to move right to left here in the opening with their home uniforms, the gold helmets, green jerseys, gold pants, and the gold numbers. Littlestown, the traveling unis, white with the black helmets, and the black numbers with the yellow trim. So we are just about ready to roll as Greg Bennett and Quashawn Grooms will drop deep for the Irish. And kicking off, Jason Hornbrook, I believe.
Now, it's atypical for a coach like Coach Mike Lippy of Littlestown to do anything right here as far as trickery is concerned on the opening kickoff. But we've seen teams in desperate situations, not doing well in the season, try to get a spark on this play, first thing in the ballgame off the kickoff. But here we go.
Here we go, and there it is, an onside kick, and the Bolts do not get it, though. Good coverage by the Irish at their own 48, and good job covering that there for York Catholic. Was Michael Sterling, one of the linemen, fell right on him. Well, that's what Suburban did in their, in the opening kickoff against Spring Grove. That worked. In this case, the Irish covered, so they're in good field position at their own 48.
You look at that in the scouting and see what that front line does, how they react. And what we saw with York Suburban, they did more of a sky kick. Right there, a trickling onside kick recovered by the Irish.
4 wide receivers, the Irish, or 3 wide receivers the Irish start with, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top, and Kennard in the gun. Looking to throw, fires it out here in the flat to Grooms. He's got him at the 50. Grooms gets a block. He's inside the 45 and is brought down at the 42-yard line, a gain of 10 as he is pushed out of bounds there by Lucas Reynolds. But a gain, let's see where they mark this thing, to the 42, and that's a 10-yard gain and a first down. So a little swing pass, and it works for the Irish.
Yeah, that's Quashawn Grooms, 5'9", 200-pound senior, who's a big playmaker, 273 yards receiving so far this year and 3 touchdowns. And that's one of the big playmakers you see on the perimeter for the Irish.
And we missed a play there. Who ran that time, Bob? Who carried the ball, Bob?
4-yard gain. Second and 6.
Greg Bennett. All right, Greg Bennett picked up 4 on that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And 2nd and 6, the Irish out of the gun here with Kennard in the gun, rolls right now, looking to throw. Pressure comes and got away from one guy. There's that lack of tackling, and he has to throw this one away. But he was able to get away in the backfield from Wes Story that time, who had him for about a 6 or 7 yard loss. That's what Mike Lippy said. They have to tackle. They didn't get the sack that time, but they do force Kennard to throw it out of bounds. It's going to leave the Irish with a 3rd and 6 at the Bolts' 38-yard line. 11:04 left here in the Dasher Financial first quarter. No score.
You're going to really regret going with that onside kick to start, giving the Irish this field position. Now they're in 4-down territory after this defense could potentially force a 3rd and long in this 3rd and medium in this situation. Tough to get a first down from this point.
Irish going without the huddle, lining up and then getting the play from the sidelines. 3 wide receivers again on 3rd and 6 out of the gun. And Kennard to throw. The blitz comes. They pick it up. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Fires it just as he's hit. And he's going for Grooms, but just threw it out of bounds down around the 10-yard line. Good pressure coming that time by Zach Mace, a 5'11", 235-pound junior defensive tackle up the middle. So on the incomplete pass from Kennard, it is 4th down and 6 now and a Fink's Garage punt. So Luke Brennan in there to kick it away, and the Bolts get away with it there.
Yeah, they do. I thought Depew would try to go to the ground right there and try to pick up this first down, but looks like he's going to play the field position battle.
Brennan to kick it away here, and Lucas Reynolds is deep for Littlestown. Brennan hits a high kick, looking to pin him inside the 20, and good kick. They hit about the 11 and went out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. So a nice kick by Luke Brennan, and Littlestown will get its first possession at its own 11-yard line. 1st and 10. No score, 10:48 left here in the Dasher Financial first quarter.
And York Catholic has also had a tough time with turnovers this year. They come in -5 in the turnover margin. So anytime you can end a drive with a kick in any form or fashion, you're doing okay.
Absolutely. Big Division III battle here tonight. Glad you're with us next week at Spring Grove for a Division I contest. Central Panthers and the Spring Grove Rockets. Make sure you join us for that one. 3 wides for the Bolts, and we've got Lucas Reynolds in at quarterback now. So Reynolds and hands it off to Zach Brown. Brown fighting hard for yards out to about the 15-yard line before he is finally brought down, as Jake Kravetsky was the guy to make the first hit. So Zach Brown with a run up the middle, first down 4 yards, 2nd and 6 from the 15.
That lady right there in the purple sweatshirt, ladies and gentlemen, is your first-round leader in the ladies'
So Lucas Reynolds is in at the QB spot now. They gave us Cody Boyd as the starter, but Reynolds is in there, and the flag flies. Reynolds was going to run it. He is their leading rusher coming in here with 233 yards on the ground, but the flag is thrown. And it's a motion penalty, I believe, against Littlestown, so they'll take him back to the 10. It will be 2nd down and 11 from there.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't a slippery slope for penalties. Last week we saw a game with no penalties in the first half, and it was very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Bolts come in 23 penalties, 145 yards through 5 games. That's really not bad. Well, motion there. It's 2nd and 10 now at the 10-yard line. Just under 10 minutes left here in the Dasher Financial first. No score. And again, Lucas Reynolds will go from the gun with 3 wide receivers. And the single back. And Reynolds on a straight run, comes to the right side, gets a block, is at the 15 and out to the 16 as Greg Bennett and Jack Burnside on the tackle. Gain of 6 for Reynolds, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 now for the Bolts.
Yeah, Jack Burnside, he's a very good football player, good on defense. He's a sound tackler, wraps up, drives his feet, can play with low pad leverage. And last year we saw him fill in some backfield at fullback and even tailback at times, and he was a serviceable running back.
Reynolds is a big guy. He's 6'2", 205-pound senior, so when he comes at you, you're catching a load. Now, again, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top on 3rd down and about 5 at the Bolts 16. Reynolds takes the snap and hands it off to Brown off the left side, has a hole, and Zach Brown is across the 20, and he is going to be close to that first down. Boy, he's right about at the stick, so it'll depend on the spot, but it is a first down, so good movement on the left side of the line as Zach Brown picks up 5 and moves the chains for Littlestown.
Good job right there by Brown. Done a good job of keeping his good balance and patience, seeing those holes open up, giving his lineman some time to give him some lanes, able to get the first down.
Big tackles for the Bolts at 275 McLeod and 270 Jeff Reed. Otherwise, the line not that big, so we'll see how it works throughout the night. The Irish were a little concerned about their run defense tonight. 1st and 10, Bolts at their own 21-yard line, 8:33 on a turning clock, and Reynolds keeps it off the right side, spins away from that first hit, and fights his way out to the 27-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 6. Yes. Brennan in on the stop there, but it's a gain of 6 out to the 27 for Reynolds. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Bolts.
Better job that time. Defensive lineman Adam Bittner and Luke Brennan doing a good job standing up their offensive linemen, getting into their chest, getting good extension, and allowing their linebackers to come in and clean up the play.
2nd down and long for ball to Bolts 27, 7:55 on the first quarter clock. And Reynolds, play fake, is going to keep it, fakes the pitch, now has it across the 30, running hard, and still running, moving. That pile forward is the big guy out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 11 before Scott Bartkowiak and Jake Kravetsky bring him down, but a hard run by Lucas Reynolds, a gain of 11, and he has 23 yards on 3 carries and another 1st down for Littlestown.
Littlestown doing a good job of moving the ball, keeping the sticks moving. Luke Brennan right there, defensive end for the Irish. Good job of coming up field and forcing the quarterback, Cody Boyd, back to the middle where it's help. But you'd like to see Luke Brennan come down and make that tackle. He's kind of stiff right there, almost like a scarecrow.
Again, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side as the Bolts go left to right here in the first quarter. Reynolds takes the snap. It's going to be a run. They're sweeping to the near side across the 40 and forced out of bounds across the 45 at the 46. But that's a gain of 8 more before Ulysses Smith in there at a linebacker spot, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. That's 8 for Reynolds and a 2nd down and 2. And right now the line is doing the job for Littlestown.
Right now, running behind those gatekeepers, number 78, Zach McLeod, 6'3", 275-pound senior, and his friend and teammate, left tackle, number 62, Jeff Reed, 6'5", 270 senior.
So 2nd down and about 2 at the Bolts 46 here as they've started an impressive drive here. 7:13 left in the first. Reynolds again. Oh, he's hitting the backfield this time as Quashawn Grooms came firing through from his defensive back spot and brings him down right at the line of scrimmage. Great hit by Grooms. No gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2 from the Bolts 46-yard line.
Big drive so far for these Bolts, really trying to set the momentum and the tone for the rest of this ball game. Quashawn Grooms, great job slashing through, making a tackle there. Is a big 3rd down and 2 for this Littlestown offense.
And the rain has started, so we didn't get too far into the game without it. So 6:40 left in the first, and it's coming down, and it is windy. 3rd and 2 now. Reynolds out of the gun as he has every time. And play fake, he's got a 1st down into Irish territory and lunges down to the 46-yard line, picks up 8. Kravetsky and Bittner on the stop, but they are getting good holes, and Reynolds is using them as he picks up 8 yards. And it's a 1st and 10 at the Irish 46. And tell you what, Garrett, this does not look like a 1-4 football team to me right now.
No, it doesn't. Right there you see running up right up the back of number 54, Dan Arnett, 510, 205-pound senior. He's a good guy to follow up. Yeah. Anytime you get him pulling up to the 2nd level blocking linebackers, you're going to keep the chains moving.
Umbrellas are popping up in the stands here. We're in the box, so far we're all right. 1st and 10 at the Irish 46 here. Reynolds couldn't handle the snap, and I think he was able to fall on it back at the 50. Wasn't a bad snap. I think he may have looked away from a moment. He's covered immediately, but loses 4 back to the 50-yard line, and that'll set up the Bolts with a 2nd down and 14. So other than the motion penalty, first mistake by the Bolts in this drive.
Now you're a 1-4 ball club coming into this game, playing against a good York Catholic team. You have a minor setback. Now you get to see what kind of team what kind of intestinal fortitude they have, and how they bounce back from adversity.
Reynolds yet to put the ball in the air. Been all runs for the Bolts so far. 2nd and 14 now at midfield. He's rolling, looking to throw. Fires it, has a man at the 40-yard line as Bennett tries to rip it out of there, but it is complete to Zane Nye, and that's a gain of 10, and it'll leave a 3rd down and 4. So he hit Zane Nye with the pass. Good-looking throw right on the money. And Nye with the catch, and leaves the Bolts with a 3rd down and 4 now. Lane Nye coming in, had 7 catches for 64 yards.
Big response right there by this Thunderbolt offense, getting 11 yards back after that fumble on the 1st down. Sets them up with a 3rd and 4 as they move left to right.
Yeah, ball actually about the 39-yard line. Reynolds under center for the first time tonight and hands it off to Brown straight up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's into the secondary, and Zach Brown down inside the 25-yard line to the 23 before they bring him down. That's a gain of 16 on Brown's 3rd carry of the game. Again, Jake Kravetsky, the linebacker, making the stop, but 16 yards downfield and a 1st and 10 for the Bolts at the Irish 23.
Just over 6 minutes so far this drive. 4 first downs in 11 plays. Tremendous start for this Thunderbolts offense.
Bolts averaging 128 yards on the ground coming in. They're going to get half that in this drive. 1st and 10, 4:25 left in the Dasher Financial first quarter. No score yet, but the Bolts are driving. Reynolds takes it out of the gun. He's running right, cuts up inside now, puts his head down, and burrows to about the 16-yard line. Luke Brennan on the stop. It's a gain of about 7, though, on 1st down for Reynolds, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 3. And it's getting 2nd and short here, and that gives you a lot of options as the rain comes down a little more forcefully.
Offensive line for Littlestown doing a great job moving together as a unit, moving together like a herd of cows, forcing this York Catholic defensive line to play on their side of the ball.
Wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Brown is to the left of Reynolds in the backfield. He's in the gun. 2nd and 3 at the Irish 16. Here's the snap. Reynolds going to keep it off the left side. Big hole into the secondary inside the 10, down to about the 8 or 9 yard line. Jack Burnside on the stop. But that is 8 yards again, down to the 8 yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal from there for the Littlestown Bolts, who are putting together a mighty impressive opening drive. 3:36 left in the Dasher Financial first.
I imagine with the success they've had so far on the ground that they'll keep it there, but with that success, they're going to really be able to open up the play-action passes as we go on in this game.
And they split both Britons to the top of the formation now and Nye to the near side, but they give it to Brown off the right side. Brown turns the corner and keeps running near the goal line. Is he in? He is! A hard run by Zach Brown. They hit him at about the 2, but he forced his way in. So Zach Brown, the 5'9", 205-pound senior running back, 8 yards to pay dirt, and with 3:06 left in the first quarter, the Bolts take a 6-0 lead.
Zach Brown looking like a pinball right there, getting hit by some guys from York Catholic defense and able to force his way forwards into the end zone for 6.
And the extra point attempt now coming for Littlestown from Jackson Hornbrook. Out of the hold of Jarrett Britton. Set is down, the kick is up, and it is no good. Wow, looked good from here, but the PAT is missed. But with 3:06 left in the first quarter, it is Littlestown 6, York Catholic nothing. This timeout courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and Game Time PA, presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine.
When it's time for preventive maintenance on your vehicle, don't take it to just anyone. At Fink's Garage, you know you found a name you can trust. We're a Napa Auto Care Center located at the rear of 929 Linden Avenue in York, and the technicians we employ are trained professionals. We hope knowing that we're here to serve you gives you peace of mind. Call us at 854-5175 for an appointment. Remember, being broken down stinks. Let us fix your car at Fink's.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
All right, we're back at York Catholic, and the Bolts put together an impressive drive. Let's get our scoring recap, courtesy of Yorktown Roofing and Siding.
Taking 7 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock, 13 plays, 89 yards. A drive capped off with an 8-yard touchdown run by Zach Brown. Puts Littlestown up 6, York Catholic 0.
And here's a low kick again, fielded by one of the upmen at the 35 for the Irish, and out across the 40 to about the 42 or 43-yard line. So, again, York Catholic will start in good field position for the Irish on the return that time. That was Brandon Kreischer. So York Catholic started at its own 48 last time. This time they started their 43, but they were unable. They got a couple first downs, but then had to punt, and then Littlestown took over. So 3 minutes left in the first, and the Bolts up 6-0.
Starting to think there's not a lot of confidence in that kickoff unit of Littlestown. We see that onside kick to start the game and another squib kick right there, setting up York Catholic with great field position, starting from the 44-yard line, moving from our right to left.
Hakeem Kennard will go out of the shotgun now. He's got a wide receiver each way and a back to his left. And fakes it to Burnside, keeps it. Kennard at the 45, the 50, making guys miss into Bolt's territory and all the way down to the 43-yard line before they finally bring him down. Lucas Reynolds on the stop. But that is a gain of 14 yards for Hakeem Kennard, and the Irish move the sticks.
Got to think they'll keep it on the ground and in Kennard's hands now. That first drive, we saw a lot of passes. I think Depew trying to mix things up and get his quarterback going through the air.
On first down now at the Bolts 43, and they fakes it to Bennett. Big hole on the left side. Kennard down the near sideline at the 30. The 25 flag flies, though. He's pushed out of bounds by Jarrett Britton down around the 13-yard line, but that's probably going to either be a hold or a block in the back at the 35-yard line, which will negate what would have been about a 31-yard run by Hakeem Kennard, and it is a hold against the Irish, and that'll, from the spot at the 35, will move it back to the 45, where it will be first down and 12.
I think that's wide receiver number 21, Quashawn Grooms, is the culprit on that play. Tough to ask these wide receivers to do some blocking.
Yeah, well, they created the corner for Kennard to turn, but did it with the hold, so that will bring it back. Kennard coming into tonight, 77 carries, 517 yards, a 6.7 average, and 4 touchdowns. Of course, we saw him last year. He is a slippery character.
Yeah, he's an electrifying player. He can really do it all. He can throw on the run, and see him earlier, break some pressure and get the ball off, just throwing it up, chucking it downfield. And when you get Quashawn Grooms, sometimes he'll run free through the secondary, and we'll see some big splash plays.
Wide receiver near side 2 to the top. Sean Lamont in the backfield to the left of Kennard, who takes a snap on 1st and 12, and he's running to his left, going to run, turns it upfield now, puts his head down, gets to the 41-yard line. Dustin Duvall, senior linebacker, on the stop for DeLone. That is a gain of 5, and will leave the Irish with a second down at about 7 now.
And I really think if the York Catholic Irish keep the ball on the ground, they'll be more successful in that first drive and get this Littlestown defense on their heels, expect and run every time. Then you can go to the passing attack and get a little more open room, get some more time for Kennard in that pocket.
2:05 left in the Dasher Financial first quarter. Bolts up 6-0 off an impressive drive. Kennard takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it out in the flat, has Grooms, broke a tackle right there and gets to the outside. Grooms down the far sideline, has a first down, and they finally wrestle him out of bounds somewhere around the 25-yard line. Boy, Wes Story had him right at the line of scrimmage, let him get away. It's down to the 25, and that's a 16-yard gain on that little swing pass from Kennard to Grooms. And it's a first down for the Irish. Second time they've hooked up on that play tonight.
Yeah, that was the first. They opened up the game with that play on this side of the field. Quashawn Grooms, he's a big playmaker, and you were right about Wes Story. He was there immediately but could not make the tackle.
Kennard out of the gun now. Grooms' 14th, 15th catch of the season. And Kennard rolling to his left now. Sets to throw. Has time. Fires it for Grooms down near the end zone. Tipped by Bretton. Brings it in. Just shy. I don't think he is in. He's at the 1-yard line. Jarrett Britton got his hands on it, batted it up in the air, but Grooms able to then keep his concentration, make the catch at the 1-yard line. Gain of 24 and a first and goal for the Irish. Pretty good defense, but better offense by Grooms. Kennard under center now. The Irish quickly to the line. Backs in the eye behind him. They give it to Bennett. Bennett off the right side into the end zone. Greg Bennett, 1-yard touchdown run, standing up. And the Irish answer with a drive of their own. And Bennett into the end zone with 1:27 left in the Dasher Financial first. And we are tied at 6 pending this extra point attempt from the Irish.
Well, he can thank Quashawn Groom and his miraculous kinesthetic ability for that touchdown. Greg Bennett.
Wow.
Been in the thesaurus all summer.
Yes. Brennan on for the extra point. Snap is there, the set is down, and Brennan's kick is good. So with Brennan's PAT, the Irish take a 7-6 lead with 1:27 left in the first. This timeout courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, it has been an entertaining first quarter, and let's get our scoring recap from Yorktown Roofing and Siding.
Impressive strike right there from the offense. York Catholic Irish, they got the ball, started at their own 44-yard line. They marched 56 yards in only 4 plays in a minute and 33 seconds. Capped that drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Greg Bennett. And with 1 minute 27 seconds left in the first quarter, Littlestown 6, York Catholic 7.
All right, our Fast Signs kickoff now coming. Luke Brennan will boot it deep. Lucas Reynolds, and I believe that's Wes Story back there. Can't quite pick up the number of the other bolt back deep. Brennan is a big guy and approaches the football, puts the foot to it, and that's a low line drive as well. Story's going to field it on the bounce at the 11. Story up the near hash, looking for a running room, cuts to the middle of the field and gets out to the 35-yard line. Pretty good return there by Wes Story. Paul Dick on the stop for the Irish, and the Bolts will start 1st and 10 at their own 35, trailing it now 7-6. Buck 19 left in the Dasher Financial first.
Looks like the rain let up for now, for the time being, but watch out for that ball. It's going to be a little bit slippery. We already have 2 teams coming into this ball game. York Catholic -5 in turnover ratio. The Bolts -9. Watch for that ball. It might be a little slippery popping out.
It might be. So we'll see what the Bolts do. They were effective running, running the football, and they break the huddle now. Lucas Reynolds stays in there at quarterback, has Jarrett Britton and Dalton Britton to the top, and Lane Nye to the near side. Zach Brown's in the backfield with him. Irish 4-man front on defense. On 1st and 10, Reynolds takes a snap running to his left. Straight run, looking for the sweep, gets the corner at the 40, and dives out to the 42 or 43-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of about 7. Again, Jake Kravetsky making a lot of plays tonight from his linebacker spot, but 7 yards downfield, it's going to be 2nd down and 3 for Lucas Reynolds.
A lot of people talk, when they talk about creative offenses, you think about a dynamic pass attack, but you can be creative with your runs as well, as far as running different styles of runs, running outside, running inside, pounding the ball, or trying to get on the perimeter. Right now, it looks like the defense of York Catholic is on their heels.
2nd and 3, Bolts at their own 42, out of the gun. Reynolds straight run to the right, hit at the line of scrimmage this time and got about a half a yard at best. Good play that time for the Irish as Ryan Ratchford was in there, and they stop him at the line of scrimmage. Ratchford, a 255-pound, 6'2" junior defensive tackle. 3rd and 3 for the Bolts.
The way we've seen these Bolts run the ball so far and how their offensive line has performed, I mean, across the board, they're 275, 205, 190, 180, 270. That's a formidable offensive line, and look like some road graders up there. York Catholic doing all they can to stop that offensive line.
Reynolds under center now on 3rd and 3. Brown straight ahead, and they, I believe, have him stopped shy. They do. They'll mark it at the 44. Adam Bittner on the bottom of the pile in there. Good play by him, along with Luke Brennan and Ulysses Smith. And we have Brown slow and getting up now for the Bolts. He gained 2. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It's going to be 4th down and 1 when we return, so we'll see what Littlestown decides to do. On 4th and 1 at their own 44. After a quarter, York Catholic 7, Littlestown 6. The second quarter comes your way next, brought to you by Broadway Transmissions. And this timeout is courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets. You are listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Yorktown Roofing and Siding, locally owned and operated since 1992. The premier building materials distributor in Central PA. Distributors of roofing and siding, windows and doors, decking and railing, seamless gutter and gutter guard, and cabinets and vanities. Both wholesale and retail. Located at 261 Northeast Street in York. Online at YorktownRoofingandSiding.com or call 845-9447 or toll free at 1-800-457-3943.
Hi, this is Eric Depew, head coach of the York Catholic Fighting Irish. You're listening to the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
And after one, 7-6, the Irish leading Littlestown. The Irish coming in 3-2 and currently the 2 seed in the District 3 Single A playoff standings. The Bolts just 1-4, but looking like they came to play tonight, and they have a 4th and 1 at their own 44, and they're lining up as though they're going to go for it. Reynolds under center.
Watch the hard snap count here if you're the defensive line at York Catholic.
Reynolds under center now, and he's running in a quarterback sneak. Big hole. He's got the first down and more. He's into the secondary, and a saving tackle is made by Jake Kravetsky at the Irish 38-yard line. So that is an 18-yard run by Reynolds. Everybody at the line, once he got through that first line of defense, there were not a lot of green shirts there, and it is a big first down, 18-yard run by Lucas Reynolds, who is piling him up tonight.
A disaster avoided right there. A touchdown-saving shoelace tackle. Littlestown sets up at the 38-yard line, moving from our right to left.
Under center again, Reynolds, and another QB sneak, and he leans forward to the 35-yard line, picks up 3 in the middle of that defensive line on the stop. There's the 13th carry tonight for Reynolds. He now already has 72 yards here in the first half, so he is going to be the horse they're going to try and ride tonight.
It looks like a bend but don't break defense for York Catholic Irish. It looked like that in the first game. We saw them against Northeastern, and tonight looks the same way. As the defensive line doesn't get established and play on the offensive side of the ball, and the linebackers come in and do what they can trying to clean up plays, but for the most part, Littlestown dominating up front.
2nd and 7 at the Irish 35. Reynolds out of the gun now, gives it to Brown. Brown up the middle, and he gets to about the 32 or 33-yard line before he is thrown back. Rashawn Grooms was the first guy to meet him there, as Yokemic was there as well. Mark it down to the 32. Gain of 3 for Zach Brown. It's going to leave the Bolts with a 3rd down and 4 from the Irish 32-yard line.
Daniel Kemick, one of my favorite players in this league to watch. He wasn't starting right away. Earlier, I think his number 32, Sean Lamont, was in there. Might have been number 35, Ulysses Smith, taking his place, but he's back in there, middle linebacker.
3rd and 3, and Reynolds to the right on a sweep, and they get him in the backfield. He's grabbed around the ankle. Grooms finished him off, but the guy coming through was your buddy, Dan Yokemic, to make the stop. A loss of a yard, and it's going to be 4th down and about, actually loss of 2. We're going to be 4th and 5.
I'm telling you that Dan Yokemic, he's as tough as a football player as he is Irish.
All the young ladies down there who came to the
another 4th down opportunity for the offense of the Thunderbolts.
And they're going to go for it at the Irish 32-yard line. And first, the Bolts are going to take a timeout and talk this thing over. 9:52 left here in the Broadway Transmission second quarter on the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Sure fresh, sure friendly, doing our best to give you more. We're your neighborhood Surefine stores.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your neighborhood Surefine stores. Use your gold card and stop in now at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, and New Oxford Surefine stores. Always a hit and always online at surefinemarkets.com.
Doing our best to give you more. We're your neighborhood Surefine stores.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
And back at York Catholic, and I want to thank Ryan Luckman for giving us a shout-out here, the PA announcer and the new head basketball coach for the Irish. Looking forward to seeing him this year, although he's got a lay on because it's beach night here. Doesn't feel like it, though.
Welcome to Ocean City.
Beach in Finland, maybe, yeah. All right, here we go. 4th down and 5. Ball at the Irish, or the Irish 32. 4th down long 4. Really, Reynolds play fake, keeps it off the right side, and they grab him and they bring him down because Sean Grooms came through and brought him down. Reynolds got 2, but he needed about 4.5, and so on 4th down this time, the Irish hold, and they will take over on downs at their own 30-yard line.
That's a big stop for this defense from York Catholic. That first quarter, Littlestown dominated time of possession, holding the ball for 9 minutes and 4 seconds. That's crucial for York Catholic to get the ball back, and as they're leading right now by 1 point, but that offense from Littlestown's been driving every time they get the ball.
They have indeed. Now the Irish take over actually at their own 31-yard line. And 1st and 10 Hakeem Kennard in the gun. He's got Burnside in the backfield with him, and 2 wides near side, 1 to the top. Irish go left to right in the second quarter. 9:43 left before halftime. Irish by a point. And Kennard to throw. Holding it, firing deep down the near sideline for Bartkowiak, who's behind the defense, brings it in at the 25-yard line, goes to the ground, but a great over-the-shoulder catch at the 26-yard line. And that is going to be 43 yards on that pass by Hakeem Kennard to Scott Bartkowiak, and the Irish have a first down.
Great job by the offensive line, giving Kennard plenty of time back there. They built a moat around the pocket, no defenders in sight. And Bartkowiak running downfield free past the defense.
Kennard on first down, play fake, keeps it up the middle. He goes, and he's down to the 20-yard line as Dustin Duvall, that inside linebacker, their leading tackler at 11, stops the game, makes the hit, but it is a gain of 6 on first down for Kennard, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Get to really test the resiliency and the intestinal fortitude of this Thunderbolts team, 1-4, giving up big plays like that. Let's see how they respond.
2nd and 4 at the Bolts 20-yard line now. Kennard out of the gun. And this time he gives it up the middle of Burnside. Big hole. Jack Burnside inside the 15 to about the 14 or 13-yard line, actually down to the 12. Gain of 8 as Duvall and Reynolds on the stop. Burnside's first carry, and he gets 8 yards and a first down for the Irish.
Mr. Reliable Burnside.
Irish going with a hurry-up offense now. Kennard running to his right at the 15, turns the corner at the 10, and is forced out of bounds by Reynolds at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 5 for Hakeem on first down, and it'll be 2nd and 5 from there for the Irish.
Just about to point out Burnside and how great he is. He can run the ball effectively, and then he'll come in on that next play and be a great blocker, but weak block right there. Come on, man. Stay on your block. Help Kennard get into the end zone.
2nd and 5 from the 7 now. Kennard with Lamont and Burnside in the backfield. 2 wides to the near side. Grooms and Bartkowiak, 2nd and 5 from the Bolts 7. 8:44 left in the first half. Irish by a point. Grooms in motion away from us. Kennard to throw. Fires it for Bartkowiak. Missed him. Had the inside position that time on Colin McNeil in the end zone, but pass went by, but there's a penalty flag down. It's thrown, I think, on the far side of the field. Illegal motion against the Irish. So we'll see what they want to do. They could make it a 2nd down and 10, or leave them with a 3rd and 5. And not sure what Littlestown has decided to do.
Illegal motion against the Irish.
They're going to take it, so they're going to move it back 5. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now. Ball back at the 12-yard line. Little windy here. You're hearing it in the crowd, Mike. The flags are flapping here at the Irish field. But the rain, as you mentioned, I think it's raining a little bit, but not very much. It came down hard for about 5 minutes in the first quarter.
More of a misty day here on Beach Day. Misty at the beach.
2nd and 10 from the 12 now. Kennard to throw, fires it in the end zone, and he was going for Yokemic, but just off his right hand in the far corner of the end zone. Reynolds defending, so that pass is incomplete. It's going to leave the Irish with a 3rd down and about 8 yards. The ball is at the just outside the 10.
Didn't like the angle of the route right there by Yokemic. Like him and Kennard were on different pages. Not sure if that was a touch by Kennard or the route and the angle that
Kennard to throw now, running away from pressure, rolling to his left, fires a wide open in the end zone. Touchdown for the Irish. And there was nobody near that receiver, and that is Greg Bennett. Bennett just absolutely ran away from everybody, and Kennard put it on the money. So the 11-yard touchdown pass from Kennard to Bennett, and the Irish go up 13-6 with 8:28 left here in the Broadway Trans second quarter.
Great job right there. This York Catholic offense dialing up a good play for an athletic quarterback, getting him on the run out of the pocket, shaking that defender, making a good throw for a touchdown.
Brennan out of Groom's hold for the PAT, and it's good. So 8:28 remaining here in the Broadway Trans second quarter. The Irish go up 14-6 on Littlestown. This timeout courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Hit the road during the kickoff event at Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC. Drive a 2014 Buick Encore for only $149 a month. Or how about a 2014 GMC Sierra Double Cab SLE 4x4? Just $279 a month. Hit the road with Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC during the kickoff event happening now. Route 30, York, or online at giambalvo.com.
Payment based on qualifying 39-month lease with $5,000 down includes all rebates including GM Conquest for current owners or lessees of a 1999 or newer non-GM vehicle. Tax and tax additional. See dealer for complete details.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back at York Catholic, Ron Ruben and Gareth Hissong with you. Off the touchdown pass, Greg Bennett, just his third catch of the season, his first touchdown catch, but he was wide open on that one as we prepare for a Fast Signs kick. And right after that, we will get our scoring recap, courtesy of Yorktown Roofing and Siding. But the Irish, 2 impressive drives here now, and they've taken that 14-6 lead. Luke Brennan to boot it for the Irish in their home green and gold tonight, looking to go 4-2 on the year and 3-0 in the league, and a good high end-over-end kick way into the end zone. Used the wind that time, about 5 yards deep. So off the touchback, the Bolts will come out at their own 20 to start this one. Let's get our scoring recap down.
Check those cleats for a steel toe. What a boot.
Yeah.
Another quick strike from York Catholic offense. Only 5 plays, 1 minute 15 seconds off the clock, 69 yards. That drive capped off with a 12-yard touchdown pass. Hakeem Kinnard to running back Greg Bennett. That's Bennett's second touchdown. And here we stand. 8 minutes, 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Littlestown 6, York Catholic 14.
Cody Boyd now at quarterback. Reynolds, one of the wide receivers, 4 wide receivers. Boyd under center now. And they're going to hand it off to Story in the backfield, and he is cut down back there. A loss of 5 as knifing through to make that play was your buddy Dan Yokemic. Loss of 4 back to the 16, and it'll be second down and 14 from there.
Tell you, he's all over the field. On offense, I'm still a little mad at him. He could have had a touchdown tonight.
On second down, Boyd rolling right, looking to throw. Fires it, and off the hands, a little bit high. Defense was there from Bennett, but that one might have been brought in a little bit high off the hands of the intended receiver there. I believe that was Jarrett Dalton Britton, and it's incomplete for Boyd. It's going to be third down and 14 now. The Bolts at their own 16-yard line.
This is dangerous territory for the Bolts. 1-4 on the season. Not having a lot of success. Those first couple drives were good for them moving the ball.
Quick snap to Boyd in the gun now, rolling right, looking to throw, fires it, has a man, it's Reynolds. Reynolds makes a guy miss, got a first down. Reynolds running hard, covers up the football, gets out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 24. Nice pass by Boyd, and Reynolds at 6'2", 205, a big guy, had to be gang tackled. But Reynolds picks up 24 on that, and it's a first down for the Bolts.
Reynolds seems to be that guy that can make big plays in high-pressure situations.
Under center now, Boyd as the Bolts go hurry up here. 2 wides, near side, 1 to the top, single back is Brown behind Cody Boyd now in at quarterback, 5'11", 160-pound junior. Straight ahead, Brown. Brown has 3 out to the 43-yard line. And Yokemic and Ratchford on the stop. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
And keep an eye on Brown. Looks like he might have twisted his knee earlier in the game, but he's back in there. His wheel looks fine right now.
Bit of a spark, a fire plug there. 5'9", 205. Boyd swings it out in the flat to Jarrett Britton. Britton turns the corner at midfield and forced out of bounds into Irish territory as Kravetsky pushed him out at the 48-yard line. But that is a gain of 9 and a first down. Just a little swing pass. We've seen the Irish run that, and the Bolts do it as well. Pick up 9 and move the sticks.
Eric Depew coming into this game had the right mindset, was telling his team all week, don't look at this as a 1-4 Littlestown team. Look at it as a normal Littlestown team. And that was a great message to send to his team this week, because right now Littlestown does not look like a 1-4 team.
They sure don't, because York Catholic isn't bad. Boyd under center, pitches it to Brown. Brown out to the side, cuts it up, and makes a nice cut, and carrying guys with him down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13. Sean Lamont finally rode him down to the 36. It's a gain of 12, but Brown got ahead of steam and moves the chains again for Littlestown.
This pace is throwing that defense off.
First and 10 at the 36. Another quick swing out to Reynolds. Reynolds dancing around and then puts the head down, gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7. Bart Koyak out there on the stop, but it's a gain of 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, and the hurry-up offense is working right now for the Bolts.
Big mistakes that York Catholic has made on defense so far is not being able to make tackles in space.
Under center is Boyd now with 4 wide receivers. Puts Story in motion toward us. The Bolts go right to left to get to Brown straight up the middle. Brown down to the 25, maybe the 24-yard line. And I think he's going to have enough for that first down. Kemick, the guy to make the hit, but moves it to the 25 and picks up the necessary yardage for the first down, does Zach Brown.
Now, last year Littlestown was league champs, but it was York Catholic who got to the district title game.
Yep.
So these two teams, they got a great rivalry going because of the success of both programs. Yep. You can see the fight in Littlestown tonight. They don't want to be 1-4, and they don't want to lose to York Catholic.
Right. Littlestown, of course, AA, the Irish single A. Wide receiver, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top end. Boyd's going to run it now, turns it upfield, and Cody Boyd puts his head down, gets down to the 22-yard line. Adam Bittner on the stop for the Irish. Gain of 3, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Down to the 22-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Nice to see Littlestown getting some confidence on offense. They're staying behind those big linemen, continue to chip away and run the ball as they get closer into the end zone, as they sit on the 22-yard line moving in.
Boyd now out of the gun. Gives it to Brown. Brown off the right side. Flag flies. Brown had it down to about the 19. Was a gain of about 3, but this is a hold against Littlestown. So we'll see how they're able to deal with it. The Irish had one of those earlier, but they kept it going on a big pass play. So that flag lying at the 24-yard line. That'll move it back to the 34. It's a 10-yard spot penalty, and that'll leave Littlestown with a 2nd down and about 19. So that's a big penalty because it would have been 3rd down and about 4 from where they were.
Hey, sitting at a quarter and a half through this ball game so far, only 2 penalties for both teams. Both teams able to overcome those adversities and get themselves out of those holes and continue to make drives and move the chains after committing those penalties. Littlestown setting themselves up 2nd and forever.
They move the ball back to the 34, so it'll be 2nd and 19. Littlestown taking a timeout, or the Irish rather took a timeout, probably to slow that pace down. So while they do that, we'll see if we can.
They definitely want to capitalize. Good time to call a timeout here. When you got them backed up at a 2nd and 19 like this, you want to get your defense calmed down after that fast-paced offense. Littlestown marching down the field and recollect on defense.
Got a GSLSC scoreboard update now. Other scores around the league in the second quarter. DeLone leading Biglerville 9-6 in a D3 game. Central 14, New Oxford 9 in the second quarter. Colonials hanging in there. Dallastown 24, Northeastern nothing in the second. So the Bobcats in danger going 0-3 in Division 1. Eastern and Gettysburg tied at 7 in the second quarter. Second quarter, Hanover and Fairfield are in a scoreless tie. So the Nighthawks hanging in. Dover 14, Kennerdale nothing in the second. West York 21, Pius the 10th 10 in the second quarter. Spring Grove 7, William Penn nothing in the second. Suburban 23, Susquehannock nothing in the second. Bermudian 20, York Tech nothing in the second. And your GSLSC scoreboard updates. We'll talk about some of those. Boyd fires it and threw it up kind of out in the out of bounds, but there's a flag flying and there's contact between Grooms and Reynolds over there on the far sideline. So see if they get pass interference or maybe a hold against Groom. It looked like what he might have been indicating. So the Bolts may get some back here. A hold against the Irish. So that's a 5 yards, and they'll get the down over. Is that an automatic first down? I know it is in the NFL. I'm not sure about high school.
5 yards.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
High school.
No, 10 yards.
It's 10 yards, apparently. as they walk off 10 yards. So
second down and 9.
It's second down and about 9. Ball now back at the 24-yard line. So second down and much more manageable for the Bolts after their own holding penalty. So we'll get back to some of those scores in a moment or two. Our first chance to look at the scoreboard tonight. And they swing it out to Story. Story gets a good block in the corner, turns it upfield at the 20 and spun down there. Pretty good tackle by Joe Bahoff out there. And at the 20-yard line, that's a gain of 4, and it's going to be now third down and about 4 or 5.
Irish are very fortunate right there. Cody Boyd threw it to the back shoulder of Wes Story, forced him to turn around, wasn't able to just stick a foot and get upfield right away. Allowed the defenders of York Catholic to swarm to the ball and set up a 3rd and 5.
Good block by Lane Nye. They pitch it to Brown. Brown looking to run wide now, cuts it up, has a first down inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. And a nice hard 10-yard run by Zach Brown. Keem Kennard on the stop, but a good hard run by Brown, and it's first down and goal. I think it's just inside the 10.
Nope, we put the chains away. It's first and goal.
First and goal right at the 10-yard line for Littlestown. Now 4:30 left here in the Broadway Trans second. Bolts down 14-6, but driving for a touchdown here, or touchdown march anyway. Boyd under center, backs in the eye, gives it the deep back. Story dropped the football. I think Story was able to fall on it right at the 10. He just didn't tuck that one away. He took his eyes off the ball maybe to look at the defense coming at him. So Wes able to fall on it, but no gain. It's going to be second and goal from the 10. Actually lost about a half a yard.
Story looking for that front page story in the sports section of the newspaper. He's looking through the end zone, didn't have the ball. Gonna need that, young fella.
Yep. So second and goal just outside the 10 now. 2 wides to the near side, 1 to the top, and Boyd is under center. The backs are split behind him. Rolls to his left, looking to throw, has time, fires it across his body in the end zone, has his man. It is Lane Nye, who just got away from Yokemic in the end zone, and Boyd with a pretty good throw against his body that time for 11 yards and a touchdown, and that gets the Bolts within 2 points of a tie with 3:42 left here in the Broadway Trans second quarter.
Great job right there, Nye, using his size, boxing out the defender, catching that right across the middle, a little in pattern by the receiver, able to connect for 6 as they go for 2 right now, try to tie this ball game.
They missed the first kick, PAT, and Boyd now is going to have to run it, wanted to throw it, and he's dragged down in the backfield, so he's not going to get it. So maybe the PATs are going to be crucial here. He wanted to throw it right away. It wasn't there, and he was dragged down. Dan Yokemic and Ryan Ratchford to make the stop. So the PAT no good, and with 3:42 left in the Broadway Trans second, it's Irish 14 and Bolts 12, as we will keep it here. We'll get that tallied up in a minute and get some of Gareth's thoughts on this game. So far, it's been an interesting contest. Certainly the Bolts, as you mentioned, not at all looking like a 1-4 team.
It's been an interesting contest so far, a slugfest so far. It's like a boxing match. Both these teams look for them to just keep stick and move the rest of this game. See who can land the biggest punches as we go forward. That last drive, 80 yards in 12 plays, capped off with an 11-yard touchdown pass. Quarterback Cody Boyd to wide receiver Lane Nye, doing a great job cutting across the heart of that defense, catching it in the middle of the defense for a score. Littlestown, after a missed field goal and a missed 2-point try, 12, York Catholic 14.
And Nye coming in had 7 catches, 64 yards. Tonight has 2 for 22 and his first touchdown of the year. So a good game for you tonight. Glad you're with us here on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com. Our Fast Signs kickoff. Always good to be back in the booth with our buddy Bob Holman. Good to see him every year here at the games, basketball and football. And a lot of great hospitality by Irish here. Rick Luckman, the AD, Ryan Luckman, the PA tonight. And they held the rain off pretty much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
They did it for you as your own old DeLone Catholic buddy. Our kick coming from Jason Hornbreck, and now bounces it again down to about the 29, picked up by one of the up men who makes a nice move to the outside and is around midfield. And for the Irish, that was Jake Hamilton, a sophomore in there on special teams, making a nice run and setting the Irish up in pretty good field position right around midfield. We'll see where they spot it. The Irish have had good field position most of this game. This will be at their own 49. 3:33 left before the Vito's Pizza halftime show. And the Irish up by 2 because they've kicked 2 conversions, and the Bolts have missed both of their PATs.
Other than the point-after attempts, Littlestown doing exactly what they need to do.
Yeah.
Keeping up, staying in striking distance with York Catholic, and keeping the ball, holding on for a time of possession.
Hakeem Kennard working out of the gun with 3 wide receivers. Fakes it to Bennett, keeps it, has a big hole on the right side at the 45, gets a block downfield at the 40, cuts up the field and goes out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at 29. It's going to be a gain of 22 yards for Hakeem Kennard. Good block downfield by Bart Kowiak and a first down for the Irish.
With the miles on Kennard's legs, the amount that they use him, he's got to be on Pedialyte after a game trying to stay away from cramps.
First down at the Bolts 29 now. 3:24 left before halftime. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Kennard out of the gun. Takes the snap this time, gives it to Bennett. Bennett trying to go right up the middle, but not much there. He may actually lose a yard as Connor Tavares, a 6 foot, 195-pound senior defensive end, came crashing down before Greg had really a chance to get started. He does lose a yard back to the 30, so it'll be 2nd and 11 from there.
Really both sides of the ball. This Littlestown front line is doing a great job of playing on the York Catholic side of the ball.
2nd and 11 at the Bolts 30 now. Kennard out of the gun, Burnside to his left. 2 wides top, 1 near side. Irish go left to right. Kennard takes the snap, looks to throw. Pressure comes, he rolls to his right. Pressure still coming, rolling away and throws it at the last minute, and I think he completed that to Bahoff. Haven't seen a signal yet.
That's a nice play. That's got to be a catch.
I believe it is. They haven't told us yet. Yes, they're going to mark it at the where is he? At the 20-yard line. So it's a gain of 10. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. Nice catch by Bahoff, walking the tightrope there.
Yeah, he pulled the referee away from the concession stand after he ate some fries.
Oh, is that what it was?
He marked the play here, 3rd and 1.
All right, so 2:38 here in the Broadway Trans second. Clock stopped. He went out of bounds. Irish 3rd and 1 at the Bolts 20. Kennard takes the snap, fakes it, keeps it, and he's going to have the first down as he gets down to about the 18-yard line. So a gain of 2, only needed 1. Tavares on the stop again, along with big Zach McLeod, 6'3", 275 in the middle. But it's a first down for the Irish on the 2-yard run by Hakeem Kennard.
You saw that dynamic ability from Hakeem Kennard 2 plays ago in that pass play. 6 guys coming, 2 guys coming on a blitz from Bolt's defense. He's able to get away from pressure, make a nice throw, and set them up 3rd and 1, get a first down, and here they are marching on the 18-yard line going in.
2:17 on a turning clock now. Leading by 2. Kennard to throw, fires it for the end zone, going for Bahoff, who reaches up and climbed the ladder and made the catch over the defense of Colin McNeil, but Bahoff went up and got it. Pretty good throw by Kennard. Better catch by Bahoff, and with 2:09 left in the first half, the Irish go up 20-12.
Hakeem Kennard is shining right now in this game. On the ground and through the air, using his arm and his legs. What a throw, what a catch. Bahoff going up over the defender and catching it. Great play for 6. York Catholic a try, an extra point.
That'll be Luke Brennan out of the hold of Grooms. A little bit of a low snap, but they get it up, and they got it through. So 2:09 left in the Broadway Trans second. 21-12. The Irish go up. Joe Bahoff came in with 10 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tonight he now has 2 for 28 and a touchdown on a nice drive by the Irish here before halftime to go up by 9 at 21-12.
These are the kind of ball games we like. Said it after that last touchdown for the Thunderbolts. It's a boxing match. It's a slugfest. Just back and forth. Teams taking swings.
All right, are you ready, sir, to give us our Yorktown Roofing and Siding scoring recap?
Another quick drive. Taking 1 minute and 24 seconds off the clock. 5 plays, 51 yards. Capped off with an 18-yard touchdown pass. Quarterback Hakeem Kennard hooking up with the big guy going up over Bahoff, bringing it in for 6. And here we are, 2 minutes, 9 seconds left in the half. York Catholic leads 21, Littlestown 12.
Bahoff, 5'10", 170-pound junior. He really climbed the ladder to get that because Colin McNeil was in pretty good position, but McNeil at 5'7", unable to get up to bat that one away. So fast signs kickoff coming for the Irish now. And it looks like Daniel Kemick is going to do the kicking for the Irish on this one. So So
he's a five-tool player. He can do it all.
You bet. And he boots it. Good high end-over-end kick. Story has to reach up and drops it. Now picks it up at the 10. West Story up the far hash now. And gets out to about the 27-yard line. A host of Irish there to make the stop. Lamont is there. Burnside is there. Kravetsky and the Bolts are going to start at their own 27-yard line, I believe. 1st and 10 now with 2:01 left, and I believe Littlestown has all of its timeouts remaining. The Irish took one earlier.
Bolts really been successful going in the air and keeping the ball on the ground. Interesting to see what they'll do here with 2 minutes and 1 second left before halftime, trailing by 9.
Boyd under center. Cody fires it out, a little swing pass to Reynolds, gets a block from Nye at the 30-yard line out to the 31 as he is hit and brought down there as Heldrich hustles out from his defensive end spot. It's a gain of 5 to the 32. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from there.
Smart play by your quarterback playing cornerback. Hakeem Kiner using his left shoulder to make the tackle.
Boyd, a quick throw now, fires it out here going for Jarrett Britton, and they're going to call pass interference, I think, on Greg Bennett, who pushed him in the back. Pass was high, but in PIAA, I don't believe there's any rule about whether it's a catchable pass, and Bennett definitely got both hands in the back, so that's going to be pass interference on Bennett. And with $1:35 left, that'll get the Bolts a 1st down.
And that's a disappointing penalty if you're a coach watching a player make a mistake like that.
Yep. So they're going to walk it off across the 40.
15-yard penalty.
And it's a 15-yarder out to the 47-yard line, and the Bolts will have 1st and 10 from there with 95 seconds left before the Vito's Pizza halftime show. The Irish lead it by 9, but Littlestown's offense has been effective here tonight.
They really have. They've had their way with this defense, running the ball and passing the ball. As I said, Mike Lippy able to mix it up on offense and keep this defense on their heels.
So center Dan Dudenhofer out over the football. Cody Boyd under center. 4 wide receivers now. He drops to throw. Straight drop, fires it out in the flat, has his man. It's Jarrett Britton down to the 46 of York Catholic. That's going to be a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Be interesting to see if this defense starts dialing up some blitzes, trying to get some pressure into Cody Boyd's face.
2nd down, straight ahead they go to Zach Brown. Brown has enough for the 1st down to the 43, I believe, as they stop the clock till they move the chains or make sure he has it. But I believe it's going to be good for a 1st down.
Littlestown's dominated so far in 1st downs, 11. York Catholic only having 6.
And we've got a lineman down. Well, he's just fixing his shoe. Dan Arnett, senior offensive guard, replacing the shoe. But it is a 1st down, and now they're winding the clock. So they didn't give Arnett any break there. Now Littlestown's going to take a timeout. So that'll be their 1st of the half. With 1:07 remaining, they have a 1st down at the Irish 43-yard line. So they are moving the football. And
really playing to what they want to do on offense is hold the ball. They've done a great job so far. In 1st quarter, they held the ball for 9 minutes and 4 seconds, and only two possessions, holding York Catholic to only 2 possessions in that 1st drive. Unfortunately, York Catholic only needs 4 or 5 plays to march down the field to get scores, which is why Littlestown wants to run the ball, hold on to the ball, win the time of possession, and keep the ball out of the hands of Hakeem Kiner and that explosive York Catholic offense.
So out of the timeout, the Bolts will come out 1st and 10. The Irish 43, 1:07 left before the Vito's Pizza halftime show. Irish up by 9. Cody Boyd under center. In motion away from us goes Reynolds. Boyd rolling right, looking, fires it deep downfield for Reynolds, unable to make the catch, turned around. He's looking on the other side, looking toward the inside shoulder through to the outside shoulder. And so it's incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the Irish 43.
Seen Cody Boyd miss his targets a couple times tonight, thrown to the back shoulders of receivers, making them turn around. Ineffective.
Boyd, the snap is over his head out of the shotgun, and he's going to have to cover way back at his own 38-yard line as Heldrich was hustling back there. Huge loss of 19 yards. Just a high snap that time. Boyd unable to cover it. Wow, that is a tough break because Littlestown was moving the football. 40 seconds left. Now they've got third down and, gosh, about 28. At least 12 and 6, yeah, 28. So 30 seconds left, and Boyd will go under center. They need something big here, and they give it to Brown straight ahead. Zach Brown out to the 40, picks up 2, and that's probably just going to end the half there. So promising drive snuffed out on the high snap and the mistake by the Littlestown Bolts, and they're going to let this clock run out. So we have reached the Vito's Pizza halftime show in what's been an entertaining first 24 minutes of football. Our score, York Catholic 21 and Littlestown 12. Teams will retreat to the locker room. We'll get you scoring recap, stats, scores of the other games, and some of the bands show at halftime here. You are listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com. The Vito's Pizza halftime show comes your way next.
Serving York for over 50 years.
How long was that pass play to Sean Groves?
11 till 2.
I think it was the first drive.
A small soda only $3.99 or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry out. Call 843-1143.
And it was Britain that
If you are one of the many people who have a 401k or IRA or other form of retirement savings, this info could be very valuable. The number one fear of most retired people is running out of money. Hi, my name is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. Most of you have accumulated a pretty handsome lump sum of money by retirement, and now what? How much can I take each month or year, and how long will it last? With historic low yields and high volatility in the stock market, where should I put my money? Well, there are ways to keep control of your lump sum and have a guaranteed income stream for life. So if you're uncertain or uncomfortable about your current retirement vehicle and what it will do for you, call me and I will show you how to have your own self-directed pension plan with a guaranteed income for life. Call me at 717-246-3879 or 487-2096. My website is tomdasherinvestmentservices.com.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis... Ace. Raises a racket. Flying feet. The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Prince, Wilson, New Balance, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
And we're back here at York Catholic as the Littlestown Bolts band takes to the field. We'll get a little of their performance a little later. It's a good one here at halftime. The Irish leading Littlestown 21-12 here. This is the Vito's Pizza halftime show. Irish coming in 3-2, 2-0 in the league. Bolts just 1-4, and we'll get you caught up on some of those district playoff standings here in a minute. Also, don't forget Wayne McCullough tomorrow morning. Central PA game day 9 to 11. Get your sports weekend started with him. All right, our Yorktown Roofing and Siding scoring recaps, Mr. Hissong.
Very exciting game so far. It's been a slugfest back and forth. Both teams doing a good job coming in. Littlestown, -9 turnover margin. York Catholic, -5. Both teams holding on to the ball tonight and doing great job sustaining drives and scoring on offense. And we'll recap that scoring right now. Littlestown got on the board first with their first possession. They went 13 plays, 89 yards, took 7 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock, capped that drive off with an 8-yard touchdown run by Zach Brown. With 3 minutes left in the first quarter, they took the lead 6-0 after a missed point after attempt. York Catholic got the ball back after that drive. They went 56 yards in only a minute 33 seconds. Took them 4 plays and capped that drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run from Greg Bennett. And that was brought to you by a 24-yard catch with great focus. Jared Britton tipped the ball to defender Littlestown, and Quashawn Grooms, great focus, kept his eye on the ball, brought it down to the 1-yard line. And like I said, that drive was capped off, punched in a 1-yard touchdown run. Greg Bennett, that was with a minute and a half left in the first quarter. York Catholic took the lead 7-6. And with their first possession in the second quarter, York Catholic struck again, going 5 plays, 69 yards in 1 minute 15 seconds. That drive finished with a 12-yard touchdown pass. Hakeem Kinnard, quarterback, to wide receiver running back Greg Bennett. That's Greg Bennett's second touchdown of the night. He has a rushing touchdown and a catching touchdown. With 8 minutes 28 seconds left in the second quarter, York Catholic took the lead 14-6, and Littlestown answered right away on their next possession, going 12 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes 46 seconds. Finishing the drive with an 11-yard touchdown pass, quarterback Cody Boyd hooking up with wide receiver Lane Nye with 3 minutes 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Littlestown tried to tie it up, going for 2, failed on that attempt, and when the score ended up Littlestown 12, York Catholic 14, and before half, York Catholic able to strike again with a 5-play, 51-yard drive with 1 minute 24 seconds taken off the clock. Finished that drive with an 18-yard touchdown pass. Hakeem Kinnard hooking up with wide receiver Joe Bahoff with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half. York Catholic took the lead and is where we sit right now at halftime. York Catholic 21, Littlestown 12.
Excellent job as always, Gareth, on that scoring recap, courtesy of Yorktown Roofing and Siding. So Littlestown band performs. We'll take it to our break here and come back with our halftime stats, courtesy of Mookie Seal Coating, Irish 21, Littlestown 12, on the high school football game of the week. Brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Mabel speaking. Mabel? No, Mabel. I work for Mabel.
Oh, they sound the same.
Yeah, I get that a lot. What can I do for you?
What kinds of Mabel donuts are there?
What kinds of Mabel donuts?
Yeah, you know, what kinds of flavors does Mabel donuts have?
Are you serious? Mabel Donuts has 58 varieties. You know that, right?
Yeah, see, I'm a teacher, and I wanted to celebrate back to school by taking a dozen Mabel donuts into the teacher's room.
Listen, Teach, I really think you ought to just come in and see for yourself.
Well, in order to find out what everyone would like, I'm creating a multiple choice sheet.
Sounds like homework to me, but whatever, okay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Glazed cream filled, cookies and cream, cinnamon buns, toasted coconut, maple caramel, maple bacon, apple dandy, chocolate devil's food, chocolate peanut covered. You still there?
Still with you.
Peach, jelly filled, blueberry, vanilla icing with sprinkles, chocolate icing with sprinkles, Long John's French, crullers, Bavarian. You really want me to keep going?
No. I think I better come in.
Yeah, like Charlie Donut always says, you gotta see the selection to believe it.
Maple Donuts taste right. Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. They have offices in York and Dillsburg, and their practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York office at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics. Visit our new location at 1399 South Queen Street, opening in mid-August.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
And back here at York Catholic, Ron Room and Gareth Hissong with you. The Vito's Pizza halftime show with the Littlestown band performing here in the background, doing a great job as always. All these high school bands do a terrific job. And York Catholic up 21-12 over Littlestown now. Our halftime stats courtesy of Mookie Seal Coating. For the Bolts on the ground, Zach Brown, a big first half, 12 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Wes Story, 2 carries for -4. Cody Boyd, 2 for -16. -19 coming on that one that was snapped over his head there at the end of the half. And Lucas Reynolds, 15 carries for 74 yards. Overall, the Bolts, 31 rushes, 126 yards on the ground. Through the air, Cody Boyd is 6 of 9 for 67 yards with 1 touchdown, and Lucas Reynolds 1 of 1 for 11 yards. So the Bolts overall 7 of 10, 78 yards through the air and 204 yards of total offense. Dalton Britton has 1 catch for 9 yards. Lucas Reynolds 3 catches for 36. Lane Nye 2 for 22, including an 11-yard touchdown. Wes Story 1 catch for 4 yards, and Jarrett Britton 1 for 7. For the Irish on the ground, Akeem Kennard, their do-it-all quarterback, 6 carries, 54 yards. Greg Bennett, 3 carries, net of 4 yards, but a 1-yard touchdown run. And Jack Burnside, 1 carry for 8 yards. The Irish 10 totes, 66 yards on the ground. Through the air, Kennard 7 of 10 for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quashawn Grooms 3 catches for 56 yards, including that one that Gareth described for you, keeping his eye on the ball at the 1-yard line after it was tipped by Jarrett Britton. Joe Bahoff 2 catches, 28 yards, and nice 18-yard touchdown catch in the second quarter. Scott Bartkowiak 1 catch for 43 yards, and Greg Bennett 1 for 11. That was a touchdown for the Irish, 188 total yards. All right, those stats brought to you by Mookie Seal Coating. The Irish lead it at halftime 21-12. Take a break, come back at the Penn State York Coaches Pep Talk. After this, you are listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
What do John Yachty, Jacob Yachty, Austin Tillotz, and Kelly Ryan and Morgan Klunk have in common? Besides being basketball players, 2,000-point scorers, all-state athletes, or state champions, they all trained with John Kirchner at Unique Physique. John guarantees that he will increase your vertical jump, increase your strength, quickness, and get you ready for the upcoming season. Coaches, get your team ready with plyometrics, and John will even come to your gym to get your team ready. Players and coaches, call John Kirchner at Unique Physique at 755-2639 for details.
Mookie's Seal Coating is locally owned and operated. Our reputation for the past 25 years speaks for itself. Mookie's offers a high-quality product and personal service that over 35,000 previous customers have come to expect. We use only the highest quality sealer, Master Seal, and we hand brush to ensure maximum coverage. Mookie's is also fully insured. Let us put our experience to work for you. Call Mookie's at 717-854-1870 today to set up an appointment.
Today it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection and personal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection from the world's largest car insurer. See me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY to schedule your next heating oil or propane delivery. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And welcome back to York Catholic. Ron Ruman and Gareth Hissong here. 21-12, the Irish lead the Littlestown Bolts at the half as the Bolts marching band doing a nice job. They are small in number, but they have a nice sound, as you can hear them here in the background performing their show at halftime. And time now for our Penn State York Coaches Pep Talker. Let's get down there with Mike Lippy, and the Bolts are 1-4. They played pretty well tonight, but they find themselves down by 9.
It's been quite the first half, quite the dogfight, which I kind of expected because of the attitude Eric Depew had coming into this ball game. He was right when he said this is a Littlestown team. It's not a 1-4 Littlestown team. It's a Littlestown team. Right. We have to be prepared for that. And so far, another stat I want to clue you in on. Littlestown, 39 plays in the first half. York Catholic, 18 plays.
Wow.
Littlestown held the ball for 18 minutes in the first half. York Catholic, only 6 minutes.
Wow.
So Littlestown is doing what they need to do, holding on to the ball, winning the time of possession. They've had a couple miscues with a bad snap and some other penalties and things that gave them negative yards. They were able to overcome those things, but let them be successful in the second half and win this ball game. They're going to continue to hold on to the ball, keep the ball out of the hands of York Catholic. And when they do get on defense, when York Catholic does get that ball, they need to come up with some stops because they're not doing that and they haven't done that all game.
All right, how about Eric Depew and the Irish? What's the discussion in their locker room?
They need to do the same thing Littlestown does on defense and stiffen things up because Littlestown, like I said, 39 plays, 18 minutes holding on to the ball. And even though York Catholic's winning right now, if you look at these stats, you would think Littlestown would probably be up and dominating this ball game. So York Catholic needs to stiffen up that defense and continue to use that prolific offense to outscore Littlestown.
All right, that is our Penn State York Coaches Pep Talk here on the Vito's Pizza Halftime Show. 21-12, the Irish lead Littlestown. Take a break. Come back with our York Traditions Bank Halftime Scoreboard Show. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
We are
Penn State.
Are you?
Attention high school juniors and seniors.
Adult learners and veterans.
Do you want to become a Penn State student?
Don't miss the Penn State York event Saturday, October 18th from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Learn about the admission process.
Meet faculty and students.
Investigate financial aid options.
And tour the York campus.
Explore the major programs offered at Penn State York and our university-wide 2+2 program.
Lunch will be provided Saturday, October 18th.
Call Shelley at 717-771-4040 or email mdrada@admissions.psu.edu.
My name is Leslie Delp. I'm with Olivia's House, and we've been a York Traditions Bank customer for 4 years. Olivia's House is a nonprofit organization that offers no-cost services to families, and we specialize in helping children after the death of a loved one. Olivia's House is much like York Traditions Bank. Both started in 2002, small, independent, created by people from this community, building from the ground up. And what is so remarkable is when we really needed a bank to get behind us and help us, York Traditions was there. You can't find better bankers. And anytime you know the people that you need to ask advice from and get wisdom from, it just feels comfortable. We really feel like we're calling family. It's just what makes it easy to do banking.
Large enough to help you build your business. Small enough to build a relationship. York Traditions Bank.
I think York Traditions Bank has that traditional feel, and they hold our hand.
Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
True Value Plus has a rather colorful question for you. Do you want the wall color you love to stay richer and truer longer? Yeah, we thought so. And if that's the case, True Value suggests insisting on super premium Aura interior paint by Benjamin Moore. Stop by True Value Plus in Shrewsbury and see for yourself why Aura sets the standard in excellence. Formulated with Benjamin Moore's proprietary color lock technology, Aura ensures that the color you love will stay as beautiful and vibrant as the day it was painted. And that matters. So you'll only change the color when you want to. Plus, Aura is scrub and fade resistant, provides superior surface protection, and comes in every color you can imagine. Aura by Benjamin Moore. No paint is more enduring. Benjamin Moore, for everything that matters. Behind every project is a True Value Plus in Shrewsbury.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And we're back at York Catholic. Ron Ruman and Gareth Hissong with you. It is halftime, the Vito's Pizza Halftime Show, and the Irish leading the Bolts 21-12. Time now for our York Traditions Bank Halftime Scoreboard Show. Other scores from around the York Adams League at the half: alone leading Biglerville 9-6. In the halftime, Central 21, New Oxford 9 as the Panthers look to get back to 500. Halftime, Dallastown 24, Northeastern nothing. Wildcats looking to go to 5-1 on the year. At the half, Eastern tied up with Gettysburg 7 apiece. Then the Golden Knights played Dover tough last week, so could be an interesting one right there. At the half, no score, Hanover and Fairfield. I wonder if it's raining. Wow. No score. At the half, Dover 14, Kennerdale 6. So the Rams hanging in. Dover needs to win that one. They are 3-2, and they need to all the wins they can get there right now on the outside looking in for those district playoffs in AAA. West York 21, Pius X 10 at the half. That one may be a little closer than I would have expected. At the half, Spring Grove 10, William Penn 7. Again, the Bearcats in that one. They're 0-5, but they've been in just pretty much every game. At the half, Suburban 37, Susquehannock nothing. Boy, the Warriors are struggling mightily this year, and Suburban, assuming they go on to win that one, will be 500. And as bad as they looked in those first two games, credit Jeremy Jones and the coaches for bringing them around there at Suburban. At the half, Bermudian 27, York Tech nothing. So the Eagles looking to go 6-0. And in the second quarter, a good one out in the corral. Southwestern 7 and Red Lion nothing. And that is our York Traditions Bank halftime scoreboard. Shows us some
exciting night around the league. Someone needs to tell Game Time PA to get a York Adams Red Zone channel up on their website so we can watch a little bit of every game.
Really. We'll keep you posted throughout the night, and don't forget Wayne McCullough will recap it all for you tomorrow morning on Central PA Game Day from 9 to 11 here on Sports Radio 1350. We are going to take a break, and by golly, after that we'll come back with the Maple Donuts third quarter. We have a good one here too. York Catholic 21 and Littlestown 12. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
What Barbershop has two barbers with over 75 years of combined expert experience? What Barbershop has two licensed barbers who have done hair replacement demonstrations all over the country? There's only one answer, and that's
How long was the pass play?
Located at 2030 South Queen Street in York, this family-owned business has been serving York since 1972 for hair replacements, for chemo and fashion wigs for men and women, for a relaxing grooming experience, and for the best in the business, visit or call Iaconos at 854-8258.
Stony Brook Family Restaurant, located at 3560 East Market Street in York, is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Completely remodeled, Stony Brook is the home of good food and hospitality at reasonable prices. Proudly serving the York area for over 30 years, Stony Brook is family-owned and now also serves beer and wine. For home cooking, homemade soup, steaks, seafood, our famous roasted chicken, or just about anything, visit Stony Brook Family Restaurant, 3560 East Market Street in York.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit our store next to Sam's Club in East York or visit us online at fastsigns.com.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And the rain has resumed here at the York Catholic High School as we get ready to start the Maple Donuts third quarter. York Catholic leading 21-12. Our Fast Signs kickoff. The Irish will boot it to the Bolts of Littlestown, who will go right to left as we see it here. And it's coming down out there, and Luke Brennan, doesn't bother him. He boots it deep and into the end zone, his second touchback of the night. So the Bolts will start at their own 20, down 9. But, Gareth, they have moved the football tonight with 204 yards of total offense in the first half.
Yeah, two offenses have been high throttle throughout this first half. Certainly no scoring drought in this ball game, and it's been quite a dogfight so far. So expect the same in this second half as both teams try to come out and set the tone.
Bolts 1-4 on the year, the Irish 3-2, and right now the 2 seed in District 3 Single A as we start to look toward the playoffs. And Reynolds back at quarterback now. He started there and gave way to Boyd out of the gun. Reynolds is going to run it. And he's hit, right at the line of scrimmage. He goes down for no gain. And an outstanding play defensively for the Irish that time. And making the play was Sean Grooms, shot out of a cannon that time, 2nd down and 10.
Predictable when you see him at quarterback. They want to keep it in his hands. He's a big fellow with a good forward lean when he runs.
2nd and 10 at the 20 for the Bolts now, and Reynolds will come out in the gun again, just underway in the Maple Donuts 3rd quarter. Irish lead is 9 at 21-12, and Reynolds going to run to the right this time. Looking to get to the corner, turns the corner, and gets out to about the 22 or 23-yard line. Defensed pretty well by the Irish as Yokemic and Heldrich was out there to make the stop. And it's a gain of 3 for Reynolds. 3rd down and 7 now at the 23-yard line.
Bolts have done a great job tonight in the first half, the entire first half, of mixing up their run plays, running up the middle, and on the perimeter, forcing this defense to play lateral and vertical. Defense has been on their heels the entire first half.
3rd and 7 now, and Reynolds will go out of the shotgun. 2 wides to the top, 1 to the near side, and Reynolds looking to throw, fires it, and it's intercepted by Quashawn Grooms. Grooms stepped in front of that one and picked it off and dances out of bounds at about the 26 or 27-yard line. So good defense by Grooms. He read the quarterback's eyes on that one and stepped in front of it and made the pick, and that's a big turnover, our first of the game, and the Irish are in business at the Bolts' 26-yard line.
That's a critical mistake for this Littlestown offense. We mentioned earlier they want to keep the ball out of York Catholic's offense hands and keep the drive sustained, giving the ball right to York Catholic offense at their Bolts' 26-yard line.
Yeah, it's not what you want to do. 10:39 left in the Maple Donuts 3rd. Irish see if they can take advantage, and Kennard off the right side has some running room at the 20, turns the corner inside the 10 into the end zone. You're not going to catch him, and the Irish make him pay immediately following the turnover. Hakeem Kennard, a 26-yard touchdown run, and with 10:30 left in the Maple Donuts 3rd quarter, the Irish go up 27-12 over the Littlestown Bolts.
That's exactly why you want to keep it out of the Irish offense's hands. Hakeem Kiner, the dual threat quarterback, dynamic playmaker, scampering 26 yards to pay dirt.
Extra point attempt, Groom puts it down, and Brennan puts it through. 10:30 left in the Maple Donuts 3rd. The Irish take advantage of the turnover, and they lead at 28-12 over Littlestown. This time out courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets here on the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
You've been told that you'll just have to learn to live with it. It often begins with a slight tingling in your feet, but over time the tingling turns to numbness, burning, and pain. It's called peripheral neuropathy, and we know what you're going through. At Leader Heights Healthcare, a DTS pain center, we've developed a proven and highly successful treatment program that's not only safe and effective, it's covered by Medicare and most insurance plans. There is hope. Call Leader Heights Healthcare, 741-4848. Online, leaderheightshealthcare.com.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
All right, after the touchdown by the Irish, keyed by the turnover, we'll have another Fast Signs kickoff as Luke Brennan will boot it, and Littlestown critical that they hang on to the football this time and get a drive together. Even if they don't get points, they cannot give it back to this Irish offense. Get our scoring recap in a moment here, but Brennan to boot it. And kicks it deep again and into the end zone. His 3rd touchback of the night, so that's a weapon they have, and Bolts will start at their own 20. Let's get that last scoring recap courtesy of Yorktown Roofing and Siding.
We talked about the dynamic quick strike offense of York Catholic Irish right there. They get a possession brought to you by an interception of Quashawn Grooms. They get the ball on the 26-yard line in 1 play, 9 seconds. 26-yard scamper for a touchdown. Hakeem Kiner puts the York Catholic up 28, Littlestown 12.
All right. So the Bolts at their own 20 now, and Cody Boyd back in at quarterback now, and he hands it off to Reynolds, who is in the backfield, a tailback, and Reynolds running hard out to the 31-yard line before Greg Bennett able to get him down, but an 11-yard gain, good hold by the offensive line, and Reynolds adds to his rushing total now up to 83 yards on the night, moves the sticks actually out to the 32, gain of 12, and a first down for the Bolts. So his total at 86 for the night. Reynolds again, now the left side, stopped in the backfield, but fights his way out for about 2 yards before he is gang tackled. He's a big guy at 6'2", 205. He actually got about 3. He's going to be 2nd down and 7.
You can tell Lucas Reynolds is their utility player. They'll line him up at wide receiver, put him in the backfield at running back, put him under center at quarterback. Most success tonight lining him up outside, getting the ball in space, making plays.
2nd and 7. Quick snap. They handed to Zach Brown up the middle. Brown and running hard. He's out to the 41-yard line. And that is a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 for the Bolts. And it is coming down here now. And we have a Bolts player down on the field. And as one of their offensive linemen, it is number 52, not one of my starters, is Matt Gilday, a 5'11", 220-pound junior. So they will attend to him before we get to our 3rd down and 2 play.
Littlestown's consistently on every drive put themselves in great positions on 2nd and 3rd down. 3rd and manageable, 2nd and manageable, a lot of 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s, able to convert, keep the chains moving, and sustain drives. As I mentioned, they held on to the ball for 18 minutes in the first half, racking up 39 plays, keeping the ball out of the hands of the Irish as much as they possibly could, but not enough doing when you got an offense that can strike this quickly and make the prolific plays as we've seen tonight from the York Catholic Irish.
Absolutely. 9:26 left in the Maple Donuts 3rd. 28-12. York Catholic is up. Littlestown with a 3rd and 2 at their own 41 as they attend to the injured player Matt Gilday, an offensive lineman for Littlestown. Looked like a leg injury of some sort. Trainers out there taking a look at him. As we can see in the lights here, it is pouring down out there now. So we were hoping the rain would hold off long enough, but rain for a little bit in the first half, then stopped, but this may be the front that's coming through. So we will see. We'll take a moment here and check on the...
Now as the rain comes down, umbrellas come out. This is a beach theme here tonight with the student section. See some...
Yeah. And maybe not what they had in mind, and the team's going to the sidelines now, so let me be here a little while. Let's get a scoreboard update. You've got a lot of interesting scores around the league. 3rd quarter now, Delone 9, Biglerville 6. Halftime, Central leading New Oxford 21-9. 3rd quarter, Dallastown 27, Northeastern nothing, and the player is up now. Matt Gilday is up, so that's good news, and hopefully they'll be able to get him off the field, and hopefully it will not be a serious injury. It looks like the right leg that he's not putting any weight on, so we'll hope for the best for Matt Gilday as they help him off the field. Gettysburg 10, Eastern 7 in the 3rd. The Knights hanging in there. Fairfield now taking a 6-0 lead over Hanover in the 3rd. Dover 21, Kennerdale 6 in the 3rd. Eagles opening it up a little bit. Still halftime, West York 21, Pius the 10th 10. Spring Grove 10, William Penn 7 at the half, 37-0 Suburban over Susky at the half, and Bermudian 27, York Tech nothing at the half. 2nd quarter, Southwestern 7 and Red Lion nothing. That is your GSLSC scoreboard update. Here we have a 3rd and 2 for Littlestown at its own 41. The Bolts trailing the Irish 28-12 in the rain at York Catholic. 9:19 left on the turning clock in the Maple Donuts 3rd. And Boyd pitches it deep to Reynolds. He's going to throw. He's got a man deep. It is Britton. And Bennett trying to make it up. And Britton able to bring it in. No, he didn't catch it.
He caught it. I think he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, man, that was a well-designed play. But Jarrett Britton on the catch on the pass from Lucas Reynolds just out of bounds. That would have been a huge first down around the Irish 30. But as it is, it's 4th and 2. He threw that one well in the rain, and Britton had a step on Bennett, who closed quickly, but unable to do it.
Littlestown down 16, 4th and 2. They're going to go for it.
Yep. Boyd under center now. And he turns, gives it to Brown. Brown dives forward, and it's going to be close. It looks like where they're marking it, he's going to have it. Pretty good defense there, but look from where the spot was. It was the first down, and it is. So Brown with enough push by that offensive line to get the first down there. So big conversion for Littlestown because they did not want to give it back to the Irish right away. And
Daniel Kemick slow to get up.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. He's dynamo for the Irish. And he's going to stay in there. So The Bolts keep it. 9 minutes left as the clock winds here, and they're down by 16. That's a 2-score game, though. Boyd under center, has a wide receiver to the near side, 2 to the top. Backs are split. Here's the snap he's going to throw. Boyd rolling right. Fires it, and it's picked off by Grooms again. Grooms' second interception down the far sideline. He goes, and is he going to take it all the way? Yes, into the end zone. Quashawn Grooms with what's going to be about a 45-yard interception return as he again stepped in front of that pass by Boyd and takes it all the way, and the Irish are breaking this one open now at 34-12 with 8:34 left in the third.
You see head coach Eric DePew excited as Quashawn Grooms on consecutive series on defense gets the interception, this time returning it for 6. Impressive play from Quashawn Grooms.
Wow.
I think he has more catches on defense than he has on offense at this point.
Well, he has 3 on offense, so he's got 2 on defense.
He's getting help to the sideline. He might have a cramp in his side or limping
left leg a little bit there.
Now last year, Littlestown beat the Irish in Littlestown, and that's a sour taste that the Irish haven't let go of, and they're remembering here tonight.
Well, Littlestown was moving the ball again, but the pick turned that around, and the PAT by Brennan is good, and that makes it 35-12 with 8:34 left in the third quarter here, brought to you by Maple Donuts. So we will take a break, and this timeout is brought to you courtesy of your neighborhood Shorefine Markets. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
When it's time for preventive maintenance on your vehicle, don't take it to just anyone. At Fink's Garage, you know you found a name you can trust. We're a Napa Auto Care Center located at the rear of 929 Linden Avenue in York, and the technicians we employ are trained professionals. We hope knowing that we're here to serve you gives you peace of mind. Call us at 854-5175 for an appointment. Remember, being broken down stinks. Let us fix your car at Fink's.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back at York Catholic, Ron Ruman and Gareth Hissong here as the Irish are breaking this one open here. It was a 9-point game at the half, but the Irish have put 2 quick touchdowns up, and they lead at 35-12 now. This fast signs kickoff will come from Luke Brennan, then we'll get our scoring recap, and Brennan approaches the ball and hits it. Another good deep kick. This one will again go into the end zone, his 4th touchback of the night. So the Bolts at their own 20 will start it down big now by 23. And this scoring recap courtesy of Yorktown Roofing and Siding.
Quashawn Grooms, defensive back of the York Irish, steps in front of another pass from quarterback Cody Boyd of Thunderbolts of Littlestown. He returns it 45 yards after the interception for a touchdown. With 8 minutes, 34 seconds, York Catholic leads 35, Littlestown 12.
All right, the Bolts 1st and 10, their own 20. Cody Boyd under center now on 3 wide receivers. Bolts in a deep hole. They pitch it to Brown. Brown looking to get to the corner and does a bit and gets out to about the 24-yard line before he's turned back. Ulysses Smith there to make the first hit. Gain of 4 for Zach Brown, and it will be 2nd down and 6 for the Bolts, their own 24. And we have Zach Brown down now. So
this is the second time he's been down. Yeah. He was down earlier, was able to get up and get off under his own power, limping off. Looked like he might have sprained a knee or something by the way he was running off, but now he's down and maybe a cramp in the hip.
And they're looking on, trying to stretch out that right leg, and the trainer from the Irish out there very quickly. Now the folks from Littlestown side getting across the field here. So Brown's having a nice evening. You certainly don't ever want to see any these players hurt. We'll
see if you can walk over to Akeem Kiner and borrow some of that Pedialyte.
Oh, I'll tell you. It looks like they're working on that right leg, and hopefully it is nothing more than a cramp. I don't know, Gareth, I know you've played football a lot of years, and just so much discussion going on right now about some very serious health issues with the study showing up that the studies done on the brains of the former NFL players, the deceased players, that 76 of 79 of them showed brain trauma. And this week, the 3rd high school football player died in a game this week around the country. So we're very fortunate we've never had anything like that here, but you know, it makes you think a little bit about this, and it's a violent game. So if you're going to play it the way it has to be played, you're going to have this kind of thing.
It is a violent game with high-speed collision, and Junior Seau said it a long time ago. I remember watching an interview. He said, God didn't design us to run, for human beings to run full speed into each other. You're going to get, it's terrible. It's tragic to see these things happen. And you see some guys that are banged up and had NFL careers, and I guarantee if you ask them, they'd do it all over again.
Yeah, well, Zach Brown, the good news is, gets up and runs slowly off the field, so hopefully that was nothing more than a cramp for him. So 2nd and 6 at the Bolt 24-yard line now as they're down 35-12, 8:10 left in the Maple Donuts third. Out of the shotgun, Boyd hands it straight up the middle to a running back in there out to the 26-yard line, and that is Dylan Sizemore, his first carry tonight. He picks up 2. Burnside on the stop. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 from the 26.
Since you got me on my soapbox here,
yeah,
Ron,
go ahead.
I mean, when I have kids, it's going to be their decision. It's not something I'll keep them back from. If they want to play, great. If they don't, great.
Yep. And on 3rd down, Boyd to throw, and in and out of the ends, and it's getting picked off by Kennard. That was in and out of the hands of Lucas Reynolds, and Kennard at the 30, the 25, and still in bounds, and finally get him out around the 18-yard line, and a late flag flies. I think we have a late hit here on one of the Bolts players' frustration. That one, although it's going to go as an interception on Boyd, was really right in the hands of the receiver Reynolds, and then it popped out, and Hakeem Kennard with the pick returned it down to about the 15-yard line, and we have a late hit tacked on after this as the frustration coming for the Bolts at this point.
The unfortunate play, I think we see the rain coming into play now. We see the call for the personal foul.
So that'll tack it on to, and it'll be a 1st and goal, I think, for the Irish. So
Hakeem Kennard actually losing his footing, going to the ground on that last play. Lucas Reynolds had a shot to catch the ball, had to bend down for it. Looked like a wet, slippery ball going right through his hands.
Yep.
Bounced up in the air. Hakeem Kennard there to capitalize on that tip pass.
Yep, that was one that it was going to show up in the quarterback stats, but really was not his fault at all. So Irish 1st and goal at the 8 now, 35-12, and this would move us close to that mercy rule. Kennard will go under center. Lamont is in front of Bennett in the backfield, in the eye. Give it to Bennett. Bennett hit in the backfield right at the handoff, but fights his way forward for about a yard or 2. Wes Story on the stop. So he broke the first tackles by Jose Ariza. Gain of about a yard for Greg, and it'll be 2nd down and goal for the Irish from the, I'll give him about 2 there. And he got it down inside the 6, so 2nd and goal from the 6.
Very unfortunate sequence of events for this Littlestown team. That first half was promising. Down 21-12. Great game. It was a fist fight the entire first half. And
Kennard under center on 2nd and goal now. Play fake, looking to throw, running away from pressure now. Turns and skips out of bounds at around the 7 or 8 yard line. Pretty good defense by Littlestown on that one. Actually lost 3 back to the 9, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from there for the Irish. And you know, Gareth, you got to wonder if this kind of thing hasn't happened to Littlestown, and maybe this is why they're 1-4, even though they appear to be a better team than that.
They really do, and I think with their coach Mike Lippy, there's not going to be any let up. And they've played some tough teams, so I'm sure they played some tough ball throughout the year.
3rd and goal from the 9 for the Irish. Kennard out of the gun, rolling to his left, looking to throw. Under some pressure now, pitches it at the last minute to Burnside, but Jack gets it down to about the 7. Pretty good defense again there by Littlestown as Dustin Duvall, a senior linebacker, their #1 tackler, making the play. Gain of about 3 for Burnside, and back to the 6. Going to be 4th and goal from there for the Irish. Clock rolls at 6:17 here in the Maple Donuts 3rd quarter.
And they bring out the field goal block. They're going to attempt.
It'll be about a 22-yard field goal attempt for Luke Brenner. Out of Grooms' hold. We know he has the leg for it. Snap is a high snap, and Grooms gets it. He's rolling now. Fires it toward the end zone, and Bennett brings it in. Are you kidding me? Botch snap, and the Irish get a touchdown out of it. Grooms rolling to his right. Bennett ran across the back of the end zone and hauls it in with 5:51 left. Well, when it's going right, it is going right, and that is the situation for the Irish right now, as they make lemonade out of that one.
Actually, a great play right there. Grooms just dropping it in the bucket. Greg Bennett, we got a gold glove grab right there. Holds out his pinkies together and grabs it. Gets 6 points.
They'll try the point now, and this one out of a different holder, and it is good. So 5:51 left in the Maple Donuts third, and the Irish go up on the 6-yard touchdown pass from Grooms to Bennett on the botched snap on a field goal attempt. And the Irish can do no wrong right now. And to get a check on when the mercy rule goes into effect in the second half, if it's 30 points or 35, we may be there.
No, I thought it was 35.
35, okay.
Not sure if it's different in the second half as opposed to the first half. I think it's always 35.
No, it's mercy rule now? 30? No, 35. 35, okay. It is 35, all right. Well, 5:51 left here in the third. Let's get our Yorktown Roofing and Siding scoring recap.
Possession brought to you by Hakeem Kiner. Interception. They started at the 8-yard line. Failed to get in the end zone in 3 plays. We're setting up for a 22-yard field goal attempt. On a botched snap, wide receiver Rashawn and holder, Rashawn Grooms, picked up the snap from the ground. Great job by the wide receivers getting out on their routes after that botched snap. Greg Bennett in the back of the end zone, hauling in a 5-yard touchdown pass from Rashawn Grooms. And with 5 minutes, 51 seconds left in the third quarter, York Catholic leads 42, Littlestown 12.
All right, and Luke Brennan approaches it, and our Fast Signs kick sails well into the end zone. That one almost through the end zone. Wow, this guy has a leg and a half, and it's his 5th touchback of the night. And the Bolts again will start at their own 20, and they have turned the ball over 3 times consecutively here in the second half. All interceptions by the Irish, 2 by Quashawn Grooms and 1 by Hakeem Kennard. And it is really raining.
Glad to see the student section.
As soon as it started raining, the Irish started pouring it on the Bolts.
Man. Cody Boyd under center now. This one had gotten out of hand in a hurry for the Bolts. Hand off to Lucas Reynolds. And Reynolds straight up the middle gets about a yard, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9 from there. A bunch of green shirts in on the stop on that one. And be 2nd down and 9.
You've said it multiple times. Littlestown looked good tonight. They had good hard ground game. Zach Brown running tough, keeps his legs churning. Cody Boyd made some good throws.
Some mistakes, and now Reynolds goes back into the shotgun, and Boyd comes out as one of the 4 wide receivers, and Reynolds will keep it, running to the near side here, gets a block, turns upfield, and gets across the 25 to about the 27. And Kennard, Ulysses Smith on the stop, gain of about 6, and it'll leave about a 3rd and 3 for the Bolts at their own 27.
And that's where the Bolts have gotten most of their yards tonight in the ground game, is getting on a perimeter, forcing this York Catholic defense to run east and west, get lateral. And you haven't seen York Catholic doing a good job of getting upfield, getting that vertical penetration and stopping those outside runs.
Give him 7 to the 28, so it's 3rd and 2. And out of the shotgun, Reynolds a straight run, and he was submarined in the backfield that time and stopped. Ulysses Smith, gain of about a yard for the Bolts, and it'll be 4th and 1. See if they go for it here deep in their own territory. They're down 30, so not much to lose. Ulysses Smith is just 5'9", 165, a sophomore, but he's made some plays at linebacker tonight.
It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to convert on this 4th and 1. We tick down to 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter.
Reynolds will go from the shotgun. They ran a successful quarterback sneak with him earlier, a big guy, but this time they'll run out of the gun, and they hand it to Brown, who's back in there, and Zach Brown straight up the middle. He's into the secondary across midfield. It is a foot race with Greg Bennett inside the 30, the 20, and Bennett tracks him down from behind at the 18-yard line. Zach Brown, a quick hitter up the middle, And that gets 21 and 32, 53 yards for Zach Brown, and a first down for the Littlestown Bolts.
We talked about this defense for the Irish, that bend but don't break, and we've seen them break a couple times tonight. That seems to be the weakness for this Irish team, is that defense.
There we go.
And Dylan Sizemore in at running back now for the Bolts as they look to the sideline to get the play. 3:40 left in the third. Irish up big, 42-12, but Littlestown hanging in there, making a big play. A 53-yard run. I believe that was Zach Brown, I believe, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay. Boyd under center now, on the backs in the eye. Sizemore in front of Reynolds in the backfield. They pitch it to Reynolds, looking to run the sweep. Some blockers out front. Cuts it up, has a hole. He's inside the 10. Reynolds inside the 5 and rumbles into the end zone. Zach Reynolds, or Lucas Reynolds, I believe it's a touchdown, right? No, maybe not. He may have gone out just shy of the goal line. I think never saw the touchdown indicated, so apparently they knocked him out just shy. So Lucas Reynolds with the
He went out of bounds first, they're saying.
Run down to the
First and goal for the
2-yard line, so a gain of 16 for Reynolds. Looked from here like he was in, but they say no. So first and goal for the Bolts, actually ball about the 1. So gain of 17 for Reynolds and first and goal. Boyd under center now. And I'll give it to Sizemore, and Dylan Sizemore into the end zone standing up. So Dylan Sizemore gets the pay dirt, and with 3:11 left in the third, the Bolts answer it. It's 42-18, York Catholic leading.
You really wonder, without those 3 interceptions in a row in the first 3 possessions for Littlestown offense this half, where would this game be right now? Because you saw them drive right down the field. They had 4th and 1 opportunity. They bust out a 53-yard game, running up the gut. And they've had big splash plays, and they've had sustained drives against this York Catholic defense all night.
You're absolutely right. Boyd hands it to Sizemore. Sizemore up the middle and didn't get in, so they have not made a point after all night tonight. So the PAT is no good, and with 3:11 left in the Maple Donuts third, our score, York Catholic 42 and Littlestown 18. You are listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK and GameTimePA.com, our timeout courtesy of your neighborhood Surefine Markets.
Hit the road during the kickoff event at Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC. Drive a 2014 Buick Encore for only $149 a month. Or how about a 2014 GMC Sierra Double Cab SLE 4x4? Just $279 a month. Hit the road with Jack Giambalvo Buick GMC during the kickoff event happening now. Route 30, York, or online at giambalvo.com.
Payment based on qualifying 39-month lease with $5,000 down includes all rebates, including GM Conquest for current owners or lessees of a 1999 or newer non-GM vehicle. Tax and tax additional. See dealer for complete details.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
I wonder what they're shooting at that guy. I don't know.
Thunderbolts. Electric.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, the Bolts answer here, and credit to them, down 30. They answer with a nice drive, and still 42-18 York Catholic. Got a Fast Signs kickoff coming here from
See if they try another wrinkle here in the kicking game.
Well, you know, might be a time for an onside kick. We will see. Kick brought to you by Fast Signs here in the Maple Donuts third quarter. 3:11 left. The Irish up 42-18. Hornbrook approaches it, and it's a low squibber and not really an onside. The Irish do field it at their own 40-41, so they'll again start in good field position outside their own 40. And all right, Gareth Hissong, busiest man in the booth tonight. Another Yorktown Roofing and Siding scoring recap.
Scoreboard's been lighting up all night. That's our 9th score of the night on a 6-play, 80-yard drive, taking up 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Brought to you mostly by a 53-yard scamper from running back Zach Brown. The drive was capped off with a 1-yard touchdown run, Dylan Sizemore. And with 3 minutes 11 seconds left, Littlestown put more points on the board to get to 18, York Catholic 42.
Irish at their own 42, 1st and 10 now as they look to hang on to this lead. We'll see if they just keep it on the ground and try and grind it out here. Hakeem Kennard will go from the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers. And Kennard, a straight run up the middle and darts through there. I'll tell you, he's into the secondary and is dragged down from behind at the Bolts 45-yard line, but that is a gain of 12. And getting him from behind, linebacker Jose Ariza, but he just kind of hid behind those big linemen, and all of a sudden he's got a 12-yard run and a first down.
Team Kennard, an unstructured playmaker, he can really do anything back there. He drops back and he'll make some guys miss and make a deep throw when the coverage breaks down, or he'll keep the ball in his hands after a zone read and fake to the running back and make it electrifying runs, breaking tackles, and making guys miss in space.
So 1st and 10 for the Irish at the Bolts 45. Kennard out of the gun, hands it to, I believe that's Jack Burnside up the middle for about 3. Good play by the interior of that defensive line for Littlestown. Dalton Britton on the stop. Gain of 3 to the 42. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Down to the 42, 2nd and 7.
York Catholic going to continue to run the ball, just run this clock down. We're here in the 3rd quarter with a moving clock heading towards 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Irish up big. Jack Burnside will run off the field now, and Kennard will go from the shotgun. Takes the snap, bit of a high snap, but he handles it. It's a straight run by Kennard, and he is hit in the backfield and is going to be, gets away. I can't believe they didn't whistle that for one thing. And Kennard reversing his field and run into his own man and goes down. What a wild play. Ends up with a gain of about 6 as Dustin Duvall had him in the backfield, and he was running laterally for about 5 or 6 yards. They usually will blow that dead, but they didn't. And it's going to end up with a gain of about 5 for Hakeem Kennard, and it'll be a 3rd down and 2 for the Irish from the Bolts 37-38 yard line.
Strong legs and a strong stiff arm from Kennard. Surprised that whistle didn't blow, but I'm glad it didn't.
I'm surprised too. So 3rd down at about 2. Kennard under center. Backs are in the eye behind him. Lamont in front of Bennett. And they're going to give it to Bennett. Bennett off the right side. He's got the 1st down inside the 35 to the 33. Picks up 4. And 1st down.
1st and 10.
Dylan Morley on the stop for Littlestown.
Exactly what you want to do if you're the Irish at this point. The lead 42 to 18. Control this clock, wind the clock down, ball security.
Well, it's raining, but not as hard as it was, so that's the good news. Kennard out of the gun now on 1st down. 3 wide receivers. Irish go left to right. There's the snap and play fake. Kennard keeps it up the middle and gets a couple before big Zach McLeod, the 6'3", 275-pound senior defensive tackle, brings him down. And Hakeem picks up 3 to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Nice slow developing play with the zone read. Hakeem Kiner keeping his hands, following his center Adam Bittner and left guard Ryan Ratchford.
Under a minute here in the 3rd quarter. The Irish up 42 to 18. Kennard in no hurry to get the play off. Under center, takes the snap, hands it to Bennett. Greg Bennett off the right side, gets about 2 or 3. Pretty good penetration by Dan Arnett, the defensive end, 5'10", 205-pound senior. And a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 for the Irish with 30 seconds left here in the period.
28. 3rd down, about 5.
Irish don't have to snap this before the end of the quarter, and I don't believe they are going to. Indeed, they are not. So we've played 3. The Irish 42, Littlestown 18. York Mitsubishi, 4th quarter comes your way next. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
Yorktown Roofing and Siding, locally owned and operated since 1992. The premier building materials distributor in Central PA. Distributors of roofing and siding, windows and doors, decking and railing, seamless gutter and gutter guard, and cabinets and vanities. Both wholesale and retail. Located at 261 Northeast Street in York. Online at YorktownRoofingandSiding.com or call 845-9447 or toll free at 1-800-457-3943.
Hi, this is Eric Depew, head coach of the York Catholic Fighting Irish. You're listening to the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Starting the York Mitsubishi 4th, Irish up 42-18 over Littlestown. The Irish have it 3rd down and 5 at the Bolts 28. Let's get a GSLSE scoreboard update from Gareth.
In 4th quarter play, DeLone Catholic leading Biglerville 11-6. 4th quarter, Central York 21, New Oxford 16. 3rd quarter, Dallastown 27, Northeastern blanked to 0. 4th quarter play, Gettysburg 17, Eastern York 7. Gettysburg starting to pull away. In the 4th quarter, Hanover Fairfield got a score. Hanover 14, Fairfield 12. Fourth quarter, Dover 34, Kennerdale 6, and we'll get the rest after this play.
All right, 3rd down and 5. Irish at the Bolts 28 now. Kennard out of the gun. Banks backs flanking him either side. Play fake. Kennard going to throw. Rolls right under pressure. Fires it. Has his man over there. It is Brennan, and Luke Brennan has the first down to the 20-yard line. Nice play and nicely executed by the Irish. 1st and 10 at the Bolts 20.
West York playing Pius the 10th. Starting to pull away. West York 28, Pius 10. Spring Grove in the fourth quarter 10, William Penn 7. That's a close one. Fourth quarter, York Suburban 37, Susquehannock 0. In the fourth quarter, Bermudian Springs 40, York Tech 0. And Southwestern blanking Redline 14-0 in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that's a bit of a surprise, and that's our GS LSC scoreboard update. Keep you posted. Irish driving for more here at the 20 of the Bolts. 1st and 10. Play fake. Kennard keeps it. It's going to get about a yard up the middle. Good defense by the Bolts there. 2nd down and 9.
Defensive line for Littlestown stacked them up.
Continue to see good fight from this Littlestown defense, and even on the offensive side, you saw some big plays. Zach Brown running for a 53-yard gain on a 4th and 1 as they continue to fight and battle in this game, which you would typically expect from a Mike Lippy squad.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're not as bad as their record, I don't think. They just have had, you said 3 interceptions in a row to start the second half, and that really turned the tide. Kennard out of the gun now, 11:05 left in the game. 2nd and 9, Kennard coming to the near side, a straight run. He's at the 20, turns the corner to the 15, at the 10, on his feet down to about the 4-yard line before he's brought down by Dalton Britton. That's a gain of 15 and a 1st and goal for the Irish.
1st and goal for the Irish.
This is the first drive that the Irish have gotten past 5 plays. Sitting at 9 plays right now. The next will be the 10th of the drive. They haven't needed more than 5 plays.
No, they haven't. It's a quick strike offense. So just a minute into the fourth quarter, and the Irish looking to go up big here. Well, already up big, but even bigger as Kennard under center now. We'll wait till the back judge raises his hand to indicate 5 seconds on the play clock. Lamont comes up from fullback to say something to him, and now back under center. Kennard takes the snap, gives it to Burnside. Jack dances and makes a move to the right and is into the end zone. Jack Burnside, 4-yard touchdown run with 10:23 remaining, and the Irish extend the lead now to 48-18.
Try to run the ISO to the left side behind the tight end side of the offensive line. Burnside bounces it back to the backside side and gets 6. Luke Brennan sets up with the power foot to add on the extra point.
Really? Out of the Grooms hold, and the kick is up and good. 10:22 left, and the Irish go up 49-18 here in the York Mitsubishi fourth quarter. And we'll take a break as you're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK and GameTimePA.com.
Firing up that grill? Well, first, step up to the plate and swing for the fences with your neighborhood Surefine Butchers. We're not talking case-ready, prepackaged bundles of meat brought in from who knows where. Your local Surefine store has meat cases filled with freshly packaged fillets, thick chops, and delicious steaks cut just the way you like it. Plenty of great-tasting smokehouse meats, too. Shop Nell's, Surefine, Wetzel's, and New Oxford Surefine stores. We're your neighborhood Surefine stores. Catch weekly specials at SurefineMarkets.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Back here at York Catholic in the rain, but the Irish don't care because they are up 49-18 as they look to move to 4-2 on the year and stay perfect in the league and solidify their number 2 seed in District 3 Single A right now, as Luke Brennan will get set to put the foot to it here. We'll get our scoring recap in a moment, but big night for the Irish here.
Might need to start our scoring recap for the postgame show right now so I can get it all in.
Gosh. And Brennan will approach the ball and boot it. Another good high kick. This one, Story will let go over his head, hits at the 1, goes into the end zone for the 6th touchback of the night And the Bolts will start at their own 20 now. Our recap from Yorktown Roofing and Siding.
A dominant 10-play, 3-minute 45 seconds off the clock. A 58-yard drive capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run. Running back Jack Burnside, he's the senior, and puts York Catholic up 45, Littlestown 18. And with all this scoring tonight, it's got me wondering, Ron, what would be your touchdown celebration? What's your go-to dance if you get in the end zone?
Oh, that's a good question. I may have to think about that.
You got some moves. You got some wrinkles in the playbook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be the buffet line shuffle.
You might need to bring the camera over here and get you on Game Time PA.
I don't know about that. I'm going to keep our viewers here. All right, out of the boot here, Cody Boyd will work out of the shotgun. He's got Lucas Reynolds to his left, Zach Brown to his right. 49-18, the Bolts down, 10:22 left in the game, and Boyd rolling to his right, looking to throw. Pressure coming from Brennan. Boyd's going to run now and scampers out of bounds at the 23. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Nice fight right there, defensive end Luke Brennan. Talked about him often tonight, 6 foot, 210-pound junior. Working against that big offensive line. These Bolts.
Yep. Bolts still playing hard. 10:14 left, clock stops as they go out of bounds. And again, Boyd will work out of that shotgun with backs flanking him on either side, and they hand it to Reynolds. Reynolds off the right side and fights forward to the 26. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 as Dan Yokemic, your buddy down there on the bottom of that pile, still making plays out there.
He's small in stature, 5'11", 165 pounds, but he's a force on the field.
Yep.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, he got a lot of playing time as a freshman last year. So 3rd down and 4 for the Bolts at their own 26-yard line now. Clock turns to 9:40. And now Reynolds will shift into, no, Boyd will go under center. Reynolds will take the tailback spot. They pitch it to him, and he runs to the far side of the field looking to turn that corner, and he is not going to do it. He was hit right around the line of scrimmage. Burnside, Smith, and Kravetsky on the stop. Actually lost a yard. It's going to be 4th and 5, so see if the Bolts punt it out of here. I think they might. Fink's Garage punt coming up here as you want to go for it on 4th down deep in your own territory.
9 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and this is the first punt we've seen from Littlestown tonight.
Yep.
Normally when you say that a team hasn't punted until the 4th quarter, it's a good thing, but not tonight.
No. A lot of turnovers. And a snap to Reynolds. Gets it away. Flag flies here from the near side. Pretty good kick. Hits at the 35. Takes a great Littlestown bounce inside the 10-yard line down to about the 9. So if it stands, a great punt, but the flag thrown by the official right on this sideline here in illegal procedure against Littlestown. Well, you know, when it goes bad, it just goes bad. I mean, here is a great punt. That would have ended up being about a 65-yard punt, and it's going to be wiped out by that illegal procedure penalty.
Loss of 5.
Yeah. You know, York Catholic scored a touchdown. They were going to attempt a 22-yard field goal. The snap was high. Grooms got it down, then ran to his right, and Greg Bennett, to his credit, kept his wits about him, ran into the back of the end zone. They got a touchdown out of what was an attempted field goal and a botched snap. And now Littlestown gets a great punt, and it's coming back on a procedure penalty.
Yeah, obviously you practice that often. Every week you practice that. A botched snap, everyone yells fire, and you release out into your patterns. And great throw by Grooms. Nice touch pass.
It was. So Reynolds will do it again. Gets the snap. Good snap this time. Gets the boot off. And this one's a bad kick and may have even been partially blocked. This one goes out of bounds at about the Littlestown 41-yard line. So on the 40-yard line. So that's a difference of 50 yards on that 5-yard penalty. It's one of those nights.
Yeah, it's really been pouring down on Littlestown this second half. The first half was good. It was
21-12.
It was a dogfight, and going into halftime, you weren't sure what was going to happen that second half. You thought it'd just be a slugfest back and forth for 4 full quarters, but Littlestown 3 consecutive costly turnovers.
Littlestown takes a timeout. Not exactly sure why, but they do. 8:35 left. Give us a chance to take a look at some of these playoff standings here. So we've got a single A team here tonight in York Catholic. So coming into tonight, the Irish were the 2 seed in District 3. They were at 3-2. Camp Hill was the top seed. Pretty good separation there. Fairfield was the 3 seed. Now, they were losing to Hanover. We'll check on that one. And then DeLone was the 4 seed coming in at 2-3. Upper Dauphin right on their heels. Then Steel High, the defending champs, at the 6 seed, just 1-4. So we'll see how that all plays out. The Irish with a win tonight over a AA team will get them some good points and move them well up. Let's take a look while
a lot of close records. That could change and move up and down as we go.
Right.
Just now getting into this heart of the league play and talk about postseason implications.
Fairfield still losing to Hanover 14-12, so that would be huge if Fairfield would lose. That would really move York Catholic into great playoff position. In AA, get my papers here. AA Bermudian, currently the 3 seed. They're 5-0. They are winning big tonight. Biglerville came in as a 7th seed at 3-2. So we'll see what they do as we resume action here on the field. And Keem Kennard under center. Hands it straight ahead, and breaking outside is Sean Lamont. Lamont has a first down inside the 30, inside the 20, and is belted out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, the 14-yard line, a 26-yard gain for Sean Lamont, his first carry of the game tonight, the fullback for the Irish. Just everything going right for the guys in the green shirts tonight.
Yeah, that timeout that was called by Mike Lippy at Littlestown Bolts was to replace that starting unit on defense and put it in the backups. You see a lot of white shirts and white pants out there. Haven't been dirtied up yet.
1st and 10 for the Irish at the Bolts 14-yard line now. Kynard again under center. Hands it to Lamont straight up the middle, and this time the Bolts defense was ready. Sean gets about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from there. 8 minutes left in the 3rd period in the 4th period, rather, the Irish leading by 31.
We talk about this Littlestown team, and it seems like they've got some talent. They played tough and some good ball there in the first half, especially in the trenches. You see a couple holes here and there where you can see why there's some weaknesses, but overall, a great effort from them this first half.
Yep. Kynard again letting the clock run down. It's 7:30 now on the game clock. Keem gets under center as the back judge raises his hand to indicate 5 seconds on the play clock to Burnside straight ahead. Burnside, nifty move to his right, eluded a tackler, and Jack Burnside is into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. This one a 13-yard touchdown run, and that puts us into the mercy rule at 55-18 with 7:18 remaining, and that is the clock will run other than on called timeouts, change of possession, or of course an injury to a player.
Have you thought of a touchdown dance yet? We can call it the Burnside.
I have not, but I'm sure Jack could do a good job on that. Much better than I. Brennan on to attempt the extra point now again. Snap is there. The set is down. The kick is up, and it is through. So the 13-yard TD run by Jack Burnside puts the Irish up now 56-18, and it's not used to seeing Littlestown on the wrong side of a score like this.
Absolutely not.
And 21-12 at halftime. Did not see this. 3 quick turnovers there in the start the second half. Really got it out of hand, and it's just been one of those nights. Everything working for the Irish and everything going wrong for Littlestown. So we'll get our scoring recap when you have it.
Irish took 3 plays to go 40 yards in 1 minute and 17 seconds. Burnside getting in the end zone 2nd time tonight after a 13-yard scamper through the heart of the defense, Littlestown Bolts. As we sit here, York Catholic 56, Littlestown 18, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
And the rain coming down hard again out there as the Irish will boot at our Fast Signs kickoff, and we'll take a look at the AAA district standings coming into tonight here when we get a moment. So this one should go pretty quickly the rest of the way. Got to think Littlestown may just try and run it, and clock will not stop other than a called timeout or a score. Here in the York Mitsubishi 4th quarter. Next week, Central at Spring Grove should be a good Division I contest. Hope you can join us from Papermaker Stadium, one of your favorite places. I know that, Gareth.
Great venue.
It is. Brennan approaches the football and puts the boot to it, and this one may get returned. It is caught about the 4-yard line and straight up the field and to about the 21 line, and that was Anthony Weaver on the return for Littlestown, the 22-yard line. The Bolts will start there, and we may have a lot of new guys in here, so we'll see. We'll do our best to keep up with the numbers. Clock turns under 7 minutes here in the football game. As the Bolts will huddle up and on the sideline, and the referee whistles the play clock in, and the Bolts hustle out there, and I think we do have a lot of new guys in here for both squads, so bear with us. We will do our best to pick up as many numbers as we can. And at quarterback is Ben Snaufer. And he turns and hands it off. This is, I believe that's Dylan Sizemore. Or no, I'm sorry, that is Andrew Matthews, and he got about 3 yards, 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8.
Student section this evening, ladies and gentlemen, as they brave the weather in their beachwear.
Again, York Catholic up 38 points right now, 56-18 over Littlestown. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And we have another quarterback in there now for Littlestown. It turns, hands it off to running back who picks up a couple, and his helmet came popping off. There was a tough hit by one of the Irish there as the helmet popped off there of Connor Guyman on the run there for Littlestown. Picked up about 3. It'll be third down and about 5 or 6 for the Bolts.
35 for the 20.
Backup's getting some good sticks in there.
Yeah.
Trying to get some snot bubbles out.
Didn't pick up who made the hit there for the Irish, but third down and about 5 for the Bolts here. The ball at their own 27-yard line. And the snap, the deep pitch. And to the outside, it'll be a first down. A nice run for the Littlestown Bolts down the far sideline and finally bumped out of bounds. That is Tyler Carr, and he has a huge gain. Down to the Irish, where are we here? The 25-yard line, so that's 25 and 22. 47-yard run for Tyler Carr and a first down.
Working on his highlight reel.
Really? They're switching running backs on every play, I believe. 4:40 on the turning clock here, and a deep pitch on the right side, a gain of about 2 or 3, as this is Sam Watkins, and on the stop for the Irish there, Stephen Ream on the play. Gain of 3, and it'll be second down and 7.
Double deuce Sam Watkins, good forward lean, driving the legs, some speedy back there.
Yeah. So second down and 7 for the Bolts at the Irish 22-yard line, and we're going to throw a pass here. Fired out into the flats, overshot there. The pass was put up by Ben Snaufer. It's incomplete. It's going to be third down and about 7 now for the Littlestown Bolts.
We wish them luck the rest of the season.
3:45 on the turning clock now. Third down and 7. The Bolts at the Irish 22-yard line.
The Bolts on that last play run that waggle pattern, had a wide receiver deep in the end zone, but target was Sammy Watkins out in the flat.
Tanner Noble now in at quarterback for Littlestown. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. Pressure comes. Got it off just before the defender got there, but hitting and making the hit in the backfield for the Irish was William Landis, a 6'4", 305-pound freshman, and he got into the backfield to make the hit. It was a completed pass, but actually lost 4.
That's a big bulldozer. Down. I mean, that's a big freshman.
And that was Trent Stonecipher that caught the pass. So it's fourth down now and about 11 or 12 for Littlestown here at the Irish 26-yard line.
The rain continues to come down. Littlestown, the all-white uniforms, blue helmets, yellow trim, move from our left to right.
Snaufer now back in at quarterback for the Bolts. Takes the snap on 4th and long. He's going to throw and fires it across the middle, a little bit high for his intended receiver there. That was Trenton Hartlob. It's incomplete, and on downs, the Irish will take over with 2:15 on that turning clock here.
Take over 1st and 10. How about a hand for your cheerleaders this evening and everything they did for the young ladies this evening? Great job by all of them.
Ryan Luckman keeping the fans entertained here, getting some hands for everybody, and that's good. And folks out there in the rain working hard as we get down to 2:04. Clock does stop on the change of possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, the inclement weather tonight when they had their beach theme.
Yeah, well,
the student section. Good effort.
And we'll see what the Irish, probably a lot of backups for the Irish in here as well tonight. Again, we'll do our best here on what will probably be the final 2 or 3 plays after we come out of this here. And next week, again, we'll be at Spring Grove as the Central York Panthers come to town. We'll get to the scores here in our post-game scoreboard show, so stick with us for that. And then Wayne McCullough tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, 9 to 11. And Central PA game day, always the way to start your sports weekend.
Yeah, we talk about that big topic with injuries, head injuries in football and things. And so we see this next play.
First down for the Irish, the handoff straight up the middle, and not much there.
Number 71.
And
Becker leads the way.
That was
good team defense.
Andrew
swarming to the ball.
Yep.
26.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
The nice thing we see now with the head injuries and the issues that are on the forefront in football is at least there's good education out there.
Right.
We're learning more about it. We're
Right.
getting more information, and that's what needs to happen so that we can make these educated decisions on if we want our children to play this game or not.
Absolutely. Brendan Kennedy is in at quarterback now, sophomore for the Irish, as we were down to 1:20 remaining in the football game here. He goes under center, and we'll hand it off again to Polson. And he got maybe a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down. Swarming defense as we approach 1 minute, so the Irish will have to snap it at least one more time here. It's going to be 3rd down at about 9.5. Irish going to get a 4-2 and remain perfect in the league here at 3-0. They whistle it in with 55 seconds left. I think the officials will work it out to make this the final snap of the game here.
They got Biglerville at Biglerville next week.
Irish have a tough stretch coming up here. 3 tough games in a row. Biglerville, Bermudian, and Fairfield. But they will head into that stretch at 4-2.
A lot of momentum coming off of this ball game.
Yep. Kennedy under center now. Takes the snap and hands it off to Polson, and a nice little hole on the left side here, and Andrew's going to pick up about 6. And that'll be the final play of this football game, and get our final score, York Catholic 56 and Littlestown 18. Don't go away, folks. We're going to take a break. Come back with our Stony Brook Family Restaurant post-game show after this. You're listening to the York Adams League High School Football Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK and GameTimePA.com.
What do John Yachty, Jacob Yachty, Austin Tillotz, and Kelly Ryan and Morgan Klunk have in common? Besides being basketball players, 2,000-point scorers, all-state athletes, or state champions, they all trained with John Kirchner at Unique Physique. John guarantees that he will increase your vertical jump, increase your strength, quickness, and get you ready for the upcoming season. Coaches, get your team ready with plyometrics, and John will even come to your gym to get your team ready. Players and coaches call John Kirchner at Unique Physique at 755-2639 for details.
Mookie's Seal Coating is locally owned and operated. Our reputation for the past 25 years speaks for itself. Mookie's offers a high-quality product and personal service that over 35,000 previous customers have come to expect. We use only the highest quality sealer, Master Seal, and we hand brush to ensure maximum coverage. Mookie's is also fully insured. Let us put our experience to work for you. Call Mookie's at 717-854-1870 today to set up an appointment.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
All right, we're back here at York Catholic as the fans celebrate in the rain. The Irish winning big 56-18 over the Littlestown Bolts to go to 4-2 and 3-0 in the league here on the Stony Brook Family Restaurant postgame show. And our scoring recap from Yorktown Roofing and Siding. Take a deep breath.
Quite the changes in the tide of the first half and second half. A lot of scoring tonight. We had 11 scores, and we'll start off with the first score, Littlestown, their first possession. They went 13 plays, 89 yards, 7 minutes and 45 seconds, taken off the clock. Finished the drive with an 8-yard touchdown run. Running back Zach Brown punched it in. And after a mixed extra point, Littlestown led 6-0 with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. And immediately, York Catholic responded with a lightning strike of 1 minute and 15 seconds of a drive. 4 plays going 24 yards. And with 1 minute 27 seconds left in the first quarter, York Catholic took the lead 7, Littlestown 6. York Catholic struck again on a 5-play, 69-yard drive. Finished the drive with a 12-yard touchdown pass. Hakeem Kinnard to running back Greg Bennett. Bennett's second touchdown of the night. With 8 minutes 28 seconds left in the second quarter, York Catholic took the lead 14-6. Littlestown responded with a swing of their own, going 12 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes and 46 seconds, and capped that drive off with an 11-yard touchdown pass. Quarterback Cody Boyd connected with wide receiver Lane Nye with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first half. Littlestown, after a failed 2-point conversion, trying to tie it up, was losing 12, York Catholic 14. York Catholic struck one more time before half, a 5-play, 51-yard drive in 1 minute 24 seconds, finishing with an 18-yard touchdown pass. Quarterback Hakeem Kennedy hooking up with wide receiver Joe Ballhoff with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half. And that was our halftime score. York Catholic 21, Littlestown 12. Came out in the second half, wasn't sure what to expect, thought it'd still be a slugfest going back and forth. Littlestown coughed the ball up 3 times, 3 costly interceptions on 3 consecutive drives. That first drive, York Catholic intercepted it for Sean Grooms, returned it to the 26-yard line. From there, it took 1 play, 9 seconds, quarterback run. Hakeem Kynard, 26-yard scamper for 6. And York Catholic led with 10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter, 28-12. Ensuing drive for the Bolts, a pick 6 with Sean Grooms. Consecutive back-to-back interceptions. This one he takes to the house, 45-yard scamper with 8 minutes, 34 seconds. York Catholic took the lead 35, Littlestown 12. And on the ensuing drive, once again an interception. Hakeem Kynard came up with the ball. And after going 3 plays, unable to punch it in from the 8-yard line, they attempted a 22-yard field goal. I'm sorry, from the 5-yard line, they attempted a 22-yard field goal. A botched snap with Sean Grooms, the holder, picks it up and throws it into the end zone. And Greg Bennett catches it in the back of the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. York Catholic took the lead 42, Littlestown 12. Littlestown got back on the board with another strike. They went on a 6-play, 80-yard drive, capped that drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run. Dylan Sizemore, the backup running back, with 3 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Our score was
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule
We'll finish
your
that after
first
this
fill.
break.
And don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY to schedule your next heating oil or propane delivery. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
Hello, Maple Donuts. Mabel speaking.
Mabel?
No, Mabel. I work for Maple.
Oh, they sound the same.
Yeah, I get that a lot. What can I do for you?
Through for a touchdown?
What kinds of Maple Donuts?
Yeah, you know, what kinds of flavors does Maple Donuts have?
Are you serious? Maple Donuts has 58 varieties. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, see, I'm a teacher, and I wanted to celebrate back to school by taking a dozen Maple Donuts into the teacher's lounge.
Listen, Teach, I really think you ought to just come in and see for yourself.
Well, in order to find out what everyone would like, I'm creating a multiple choice sheet.
Sounds like homework to me, but whatever, okay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Glazed cream filled, cookies and cream, cinnamon buns, toasted coconut, maple caramel, maple bacon, apple dandy, chocolate devil's food, chocolate peanut covered. You still there?
Phew, still with you.
Peach, jelly-filled, blueberry, vanilla icing with sprinkles, chocolate icing with sprinkles, Long John's French, Crullers, Bavarian. You really want me to keep going?
No. I think I better come in.
Yeah, like Charlie Donut always says, you gotta see the selection to believe it.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOIK.
All right, my apologies. I inadvertently bumped the computer and started the spot break there. So we'll finish up our Yorktown Roofing and Siding scoring recap.
Back to where I left off. Littlestown just made a strike on the board with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter. That made the score Littlestown 18, York Catholic 42. After that, York Catholic on the ensuing drive, 3 plays, 40 yards, a minute 17 seconds. Finished the drive with a 13-yard touchdown run. Jack Burnside, that was his second touchdown of the night. And that made the score York Catholic 49, Littlestown 18. On the last drive for York Catholic starters, 10 plays, 3 minutes 45 seconds. After 58 yards, a 4-yard touchdown run. Jack Burnside, that was his second touchdown of the night. And that gave us our final score, York Catholic 56, Littlestown 18.
All right, thank you very much. And time now for our final stats. And they are brought to you by, I'll tell you as soon as I get my sheet back out here, which I put away. They are brought to you by Shipley Energy, one of our great sponsors, and we appreciate their support for Littlestown tonight. Zach Brown had quite a night, 16 carries, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. Wes Story had 2 carries for -4 yards. Cody Boyd 3 for -13. Lucas Reynolds 25 carries, 124 yards tonight for the Bolts. Dylan Sizemore 2 for 4. Andrew Matthews 1 for 2. Connor Guyman 1 for 3. Tyler Carr 1 for 47. And Sam Watkins 1 for 3. 304 yards rushing on 52 carries for the Bolts tonight. Through the air, Cody Boyd was 6 of 11 for 67 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Lucas Reynolds 1 of 3, 11 yards, 1 interception. Ben Snaufer 0 of 2. And Tanner Noble 1 of 1 for -4 yards. 8 of 17 through the air for 74 yards for the Bolts. Did have those 2 picks, which really helped, 3 picks, which all early in the second half, that turned it around. Through the air tonight for Littlestown, 8 of 17, 74 yards, 378 total yards for the Bolts. Dalton Britton, 1 catch for 9 yards. Lucas Reynolds, 3 for 36. Lane Nye, 2 for 22 and a touchdown. Wes Story, 1 for 4. Jarrett Britton, 1 for 7. And Trent Stonecipher, 1 for -4. For the Fighting Irish of York Catholic tonight, Hakeem Kynard on the ground. 13 carries, 119 yards, and a touchdown. Greg Bennett, 6 carries, 11 yards, a touchdown. Jack Burnside, 5 carries, 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sean Lamont, 2 carries, 27 yards. Andrew Polson, 3 carries for 7 yards. The Irish, 29 for 195 on the ground. Hakeem Kynard through the air tonight, 8 of 11 for 8 of 11 for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Quashawn Grooms on the botched field goal attempt, 1 of 1 for 6 yards and 1 touchdown. So the Irish total 9 of 12 through the air, 136 yards. It was all working tonight. Quashawn Grooms, 3 catches for 50 yards. Joe Bahoff, 2 for 28 and a touchdown. Scott Bartkowiak, 1 for 43. Luke Brennan, 1 for 8. Greg Bennett, 2 for 17 and 2 touchdowns. And the Irish tonight with 331 yards of total offense. Those final stats brought to you by Shipley Energy. You're going to take a break, come back with our quality digital office technology player of the game and the York Traditions Bank post-game scoreboard show on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com.
For over 30 years, Quality has lived up to its name by providing the best solutions, service, and support for all of your office technology and furnishing needs in South Central Pennsylvania. From copy systems to network sales and custom programming or web design, let Quality help improve your workflow. Moving or looking to upgrade your work environment? Contact Quality to speak to our interior design specialist. When you're in the market for digital office technology, think of the knowledge, experience, and passion for excellence that defines Quality. And as always, have a quality day.
I'm Dr. Mike Bowser. I'm the owner of Bowser Dental Arts. I've been a York Traditions Bank customer for about 8 years. I do primarily general dentistry with a lot of cosmetics and reconstruction. It's just like any small business. There are ebb and flow to cash flow. Things have to be structured so the technology advancements are affordable, and that's where the bank comes in. I like York Traditions Bank because what I want is a professional relationship, a partnership in business. They are extremely customer-oriented, above and beyond any relationship that I ever had with any other bank. They know me. Patients won't return or won't come to me unless they trust me and unless they feel that I'm honest and looking out for their own best interests. And I think those are the exact same qualities that York Traditions exemplifies.
Large enough to help you build your business. Small enough to build a relationship. York Traditions Bank.
Any bank can keep your money for you. Not every bank helps you with your dreams, though. And not every bank builds relationships the way York Traditions has.
Member FDIC. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
And back at York Catholic one final time, Ron Room and Gareth Hissong with you for our Quality Digital Office Technology Player of the Game in York Catholic's 56-18 win over Littlestown tonight.
We're going to give it to the senior, 5'9", 200 pounds, number 21, Quashawn Grooms. He's an excellent wide receiver. He hauled in 3 catches for 50 yards tonight. Not only was he catching the ball on offense, but he was catching the ball on defense. He had 2 key interceptions in the second half to really lock this game away, put the daggers in Littlestown's hearts. And one of those interceptions was returned 45 yards for a touchdown. On top of that, he was the holder for a botched field goal. He got the ball up off the ground, threw a 6-yard touchdown pass over the defender and into the hands of Greg Bennett.
All right, so Quashawn Grooms, our Quality Office Digital Technology Player of the Game tonight for the Irish in their big win. Our York Traditions Bank post-game scoreboard shows some big finals from around the league. DeLone hangs on 18-6 over Biglerville, so the Squires get to 3-3 on the year. Central's 3-3. They beat New Oxford 41-22. And don't forget, next week, Central at Spring Grove. We'll have it for you. Dallastown goes to 5-1, 35-0 over Northeastern, who drops to 3-3. Gettysburg pulls away from Eastern late, 24-7. The Warriors are 5-1. Eastern drops to 3-3. Fairfield leading Hanover 18-14 in the fourth quarter. That's a big one for the single A playoff standings and in Division 3. Dover over Kennerdale 34-14. The Eagles go to 4-2 now and remain unbeaten in the league. It was West York 42, Pius X 18 late in the fourth, so the Bulldogs will go to 5-1 and also remain unbeaten in the league. Week 9, we've got Dover at West York. Just file that away. In the fourth quarter, William Penn has taken a 21-17 lead over Spring Grove as the Bearcats look for their first win. Suburban defeats Susquehannock 37-7, so the Trojans are 3-3 after an awful start. Bermudian defeats York Tech 46-0. The Eagles are 6-0, and Southwestern looking to get their second win in the Corrals. They lead Redline 20-0 in the fourth. That is your York Traditions Bank post-game scoreboard show, and that'll wrap it up for us tonight, folks. 56-18, the Irish win it here, York Catholic over Littlestown. For Pat Scheiding on the video for Game Time PA, my partner Gareth Hissong, and Jim Harden, as always, pushing all the right buttons back at the station. I'm Ron Ruman. Thanks for listening, and you have a good night.
Thank you for listening to WOYK High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution, bringing you the best of the York Adams League every Friday night. High school football plays here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Listen on the go with the WOYK mobile apps and online at WOYK1350.com. And make sure to tune in every Saturday morning at 9 for Central PA Game Day with the coach, Wayne McCullough, featuring the High School Football Scoreboard Show and live interviews with the players and coaches. And get your football weekend started early. Every Thursday at 4 p.m., it's Game Day. with Game Time PA, previewing the weekend's biggest games. Your home for local sports is Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now, back to NBC Sports Radio on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.